Mamardashvili parked in front of the Liverpool supporters away to our left-hand side, and plenty of them, as Mark Walter was saying, have made the long journey down to West London. Long clearance downfield from Liverpool after it was turned back, and then immediately cleared downfield, but ultimately collected by Robert Sanchez in the Chelsea goal, all in black. Has a tendency to do.
I was going to say, I've been very impressed with Isak's area ability. That's, you know, he wins his fair share of balls in the air.
Yeah, he's good size, isn't he?
Yeah.
Chelsea building with Reece James up towards halfway, tucks it back there to Badiashile, and then a chip ball forward by James. Virgil van Dijk allows it to bounce a couple of times, then turns it back to Mamardashvili. A little bit too tight there as it's played out to Conor Bradley, who just gets in front of Garnacho, motoring down the right-hand side of Mo Salah to pick up possession. Challenged by Cucurella.
Actually, it was a
throw-in.
Actually, it was a good weighted pass from the goalkeeper, and it had to be, because if he wasn't, it would have been intercepted. So hopefully that's a good sign from the goalkeeper that his passing is as good as Alisson's.
Throw-in taken. Liverpool eventually decide to go back to Mamardashvili on the edge of the D, away to our left-hand side in a light green goalkeeping strip and orange boots. Liverpool swing the ball out through Gravenberch to the right-hand side to Bradley. Short ball to Kanate out towards Salah, but Chelsea win it. Lofted ball in towards the penalty area, collected comfortably by Mamardashvili. Enzo Fernandez claims he was fouled in the last part of that move, but play answers the referee as Liverpool loft the ball forward, and in the end it's chested back to Robert Sanchez by Reece James. Mark Walters.
Yeah, again, I was impressed with Isak's aerial ability there. Nodded the ball down lovely for Conor Bradley. I thought he was going to switch it diagonally, but he couldn't get to the pass. But
Van Dijk on the halfway line, just inside the Chelsea half, manages to find Isak. Then Van Dijk, poor ball, and Chelsea building gusto, and then back it comes to Caicedo. Arrows a pass out towards the left-hand side, intercepted by Bradley, runs in field inside the centre circle, still has possession, then pokes it out to the right to Mo Salah. Mo Salah 15 yards inside the Chelsea half, floated ball forward, lofted skywards there by Szoboszlai, on towards the left-hand side, the stab goalwards there by Cody Gakpo, but blocked very effectively for Chelsea by...
Yeah, I'm sure if Gakpo has his opportunity,
Achimapong.
I tell you, if Gakpo had his opportunity again, he wouldn't use that toe poke, because it was very difficult skill to do when you're running fast.
Gakpo has it again, left edge of the penalty area, back to McAllister. Enzo Fernandez wins it on the edge of the penalty. Liverpool have it back inside the box, left-hand side with Gakpo in from Kerkez. Just over the head of Liverpool's Alexander Isak. It's cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. Gravenberch interchanges there with Conor Bradley. Gravenberch 20 yards inside the Chelsea half to the right of centre, tucks it back in for Van Dijk. Right-footed ball short to McAllister, back with the captain. Then it's Gravenberch. Van Dijk to the left of the centre circle, short ball for Isak, spins away from his marker, out towards the left hand side it goes, and Cody Gakpo running at the Chelsea defence, level with the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Isak with a cross towards the near post. McAllister makes the run towards it, but it's comfortably collected in the end by Sanchez, and out it comes to Malo Gusto. Cucurella short of halfway, chip ball forward for Garnacho, it's overhit, comfortably collected by Mamardashvili in the Liverpool goal.
Yeah, good run from McAllister there. I thought he was in just slightly overran the pass, but a good start, particularly from Conor Bradley there. He started really well. Hopefully he can keep that up.
Chip ball forward towards Mo Salah. Liverpool retain possession. Good work from Gravenberch, backed up by McAllister, gets it back from Szoboszlai. Out goes the ball to the left hand side, just a little bit too far there for Liverpool's Cody Gakpo, but it deflected off a Chelsea player, so it's going to be a Liverpool throw-in. Milos Kerkez is going to take it. Gakpo thought about doing the duties, but Kerkez from midway inside the Chelsea half on the left looks for his options, was going to go back, decided against it, short ball instead, and Liverpool build with Gakpo and Gravenberch. And then it's Alexander Isak out towards the left-hand side. Isak, short ball towards Szoboszlai. It's intercepted by Caicedo. Then Chelsea, nice bit of footwork from João Pedro. Enzo Fernandez and Cucurella, and then further back to the goalkeeper, and once again over halfway with Ajimapong motoring up towards the halfway line. That's a good ball to find Chelsea on the right of centre with Malo Gusto, but then they took it back in to that central area and it swung to the left, and now they're building with Alejandro Garnacho. Forced inside by the pressure from Conor Bradley. Back it goes to Badiashile. Chip ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Flag stayed down. Chelsea had a good position on the edge of the box there with
I think
Malo Gusto, who'd advanced into a really decent position.
Yeah, I think it would have been offside, but very close. It would have been a very close call. Yeah, for me, I don't know, it would have been close because I think Gravenberch was playing him on, so thankfully he miscontrolled it.
Goal kick taken short, and then Mamardashvili long towards Isak. Ajimapong on the back of Isak. Play answers the referee as he tries to get it forward, but Liverpool win it back. McAllister short to Gravenberch. Back with McAllister inside the centre circle. Isak turns it back to Gravenberch. Right hand side, Mo Salah running at the Chelsea defence. Short ball to Isak. Overhit past it, just going to be kept in by Salah. Salah does really well to maintain possession. Gets away from one challenge, not the second. Cucurella clears. Play on as Conor Bradley picks up the scuffed clearance from the Chelsea defender. Gravenberch rolls it back right-footed to Konate. Across the centre circle to Van Dijk. From the right of the centre circle to the left. And then down the line for Liverpool for Cody Gakpo, trying to link up with Kerkez, and Liverpool have won a corner.
Yeah, good play again for Liverpool. Liverpool started really well. As I said, it's really vital that we can start creating more chances, particularly from those wider areas, and this is what we're doing now.
0-0 it is. We've had 7 minutes of play. Decent start from Liverpool. What can they produce from this corner kick on the left-hand side? Plenty of men in red shirts to aim for inside the box and on the edge of it. Swung towards the edge of the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper comes and not too impressive. Manages to just get maybe just a scuffed palm on it, if anything at all. But in the end, the referee, Anthony Taylor, pulls it back for pushing.
Yeah, he's given a foul for, I think, on Konate. He believes he felled the goalkeeper. I thought it was a bit harsh for me, but
slightly overprotected these days, aren't they? Goalkeepers, as the clearance comes out from Sanchez from the free kick to the left-hand side, and Chelsea up towards halfway. João Pedro hanging on to possession, lofted ball forward. Garnacho's in, but Mamardashvili quickly racing 6 or 7 yards outside the penalty area, and before Garnacho had any chance of getting on the end of it, it's cleared for a throw into Chelsea left-hand side. 0-0 it remains.
Yeah, good positioning from the goalkeeper there, sweeping up any overhit balls, which that was. But got to be careful there. As I said, Garnacho's got great pace, and any 50-50, he's going to be favourites.
Chelsea in possession as they work the ball back in the end to Reece James. Up towards Cucurella, over halfway. Slides it forward for Garnacho in a foot race with Bradley. The Chelsea player gets there before Bradley, turns back on himself, down by the quarter quadrant, backs into Bradley, has support if he wants. Cucurella provides it, then turn back from Enzo Fernandez. Badiashile for Reece James, the captain. Everybody bar the Chelsea goalkeeper inside the Liverpool half. Cucurella left hand side towards the left edge of the penalty area. Garnacho in support. Enzo Fernandez on his right foot gets a curling cross in. It's a comfortable take above his head for Mamardashvili, and a confidence builder as well, and he bowls it out overarm rather, for Isak to chase. But good defending from Ajimapong to turn it back to his goalkeeper. It remains 0-0.
Yeah, I just have to say Cucurella seems to be having a lot of space. I don't know if it's because Mo Salah's playing a bit further forward, but Cucurella seems to be free, and at the moment they've got 2-on-1 against right back Conor Bradley.
And he's working in tandem with Garnacho quite impressively so far,
absolutely,
isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Long ball forward out of the Chelsea defence. Milos Kerkez chases back to make sure that the goalkeeper Mamardashvili is going to get there before anybody else. Bowls it out underarm to Konate, edge of the D, rolls it across the edge of the penalty to Van Dijk. Out it goes to the left for Kerkez. Forward ball down the line is poorly executed, and it's out for a Chelsea throw-in.
I think the reason why Cucurella's free is I think they're playing three at the back when they have the ball.
Yeah, that's what Chelsea do, don't they? And they tend to sort of advance, and particularly that will be much more impressive as well today, because Reece James, who's ostensibly a right back, though he can't play at left back, he's playing in central midfield.
Absolutely, but need to see that, because obviously the good players on this left side for Chelsea, and if they have too much space and time, they're going to create chances.
Garnacho links up with Cucurella, and then back it goes to Enzo Fernandez, worked across the defensive line, and Moises Caicedo picks up possession for Chelsea. Had a cracking season last time round, Caicedo. Forward it comes to João Pedro. Impressive challenge from Konate. Mo Salah. Forward ball towards Isak inside the penalty area. Nice bit of central defensive play there from Badiashile to prevent Isak from getting a clear sight of the ball. And just shepherded out of play behind for a goal kick.
Mo Salah just played it
before Isak could get anywhere near it.
Yeah, Mo Salah just played a little bit too early while the defender was looking at the ball, and Isak couldn't get across him and get that yard which he needed. So good defending from the Chelsea player.
11 minutes gone, 0-0 at Stamford Bridge. No real chances so far. Liverpool with Konate lunging in there when he really didn't need to. Chelsea coming away with possession. Out it goes to the left hand side for Garnacho. Left edge of the penalty. Pulls it back towards Fernandez. Cucurella and Garnacho combine. Back to the left touchline. Cucurella keeps it in play. Short to Garnacho. Turns it back to Badiashile. Moises Caicedo linking up in that midfield area with Reece James. Forward the ball comes towards Enzo Fernandez. Onto João Pedro. Caicedo to the right hand side. Shot is charged down from Malo Gusto, but touches the rebound into the path of Pedro Neto on the right hand side. Left footed crossing deep towards the far post. It's overhead, thankfully, behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. We've had almost 12 and a half minutes of play. Yeah,
I'd say Konate has to just be a bit careful. Although Pedro is not as strong as the player he was playing against last week, he's still a strong player, and he just rolled him there, and he's got to be careful, because if he does get the other side of him, he's in on goal for a shot at least.
Yeah, Ibrahima Konate has had a bit of a haphazard past couple of matches in terms of more than the odd mistake has been creeping in, but here come Chelsea defending on the edge of their own box as Cody Gakpo lofted it forward. Chelsea go long downfield. Virgil van Dijk is underneath it. Signals to his goalkeeper, do you want to come for it? And in the end, he's going to turn it back to Mamardashvili. Back out to Van Dijk. It's too hard and too high for Mamardashvili.
Yeah,
Van Dijk could only chest it out for a Chelsea throw-in.
Yeah, for me it was a difficult ball though that he gave him. He had only one option but to give it him back, and he obviously overhit it, but I think he's asking too much of the goalkeeper there for me.
Chelsea in possession. Towards Malo Gusto. Caicedo shoots. Oh! That is an incredible right foot strike from Moises Caicedo after the link up with Malo Gusto in towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Right foot he hit it, and it fairly flew into the top corner with Mamardashvili diving helplessly to his right hand side. Chelsea have just been finding it a little bit too easy to get in and around the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, and it opened up far too easily for Gusto. Well, it opened up far too easily there for Gusto and for Caicedo, and Caicedo's hammered in an absolutely wonder strike. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
Well, for me, McAllister's just done the same thing that Konate did, trying to nick in front of the ball. And while McAllister tried to nick in the ball, he's got the other side of him, and no one's come out to him, and he's actually smashed it into the top corner. So really a bit of a comedy of mistakes there. He's got past McAllister, and unfortunately there's no one else to press on after that. So really, from Liverpool's point of view, a poor goal to give away.
A poor goal to concede as far as the Reds are concerned. And now they've got to come from behind. Caicedo with that right foot rocket shot. I think Mamardashvili may just have got his fingertips to it. Not that it's going to make any difference in the whole scheme of things, but Liverpool have got to bounce back. And
when you're getting a free shot from 20 yards out, you know, you've got to be favoured to hit the target, and he did that, and boy did he strike the ball well.
Liverpool with Ryan Gravenberch 10 yards from the edge of his own penalty area. Lofted ball forward, aim for Salah, is cut out there by Badiashile. And then Cucurella on halfway. Chip ball forward, in fact he's going to go low on the deck there for João Pedro. Slid inside left position, João Pedro inside the box. Floated left-footed, it's going to be kept, in fact it's eluded everybody, and it's gone out for a throw-in on that far side. It's come off a Liverpool player last to Chelsea throw, level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. 1-0 they lead. Caicedo with the goal. Chip ball out towards the left. Good control from Garnacho, level with the penalty spot. Gets a low cross in, away by Konate. Volley clear. Helped on towards Agyemang, who goes back from halfway to his goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. And Liverpool just got to make sure that their concentration levels are at their highest, because just less than a minute, I think, before that goal is where they gave away that silly throw-in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Long ball forward for Garnacho, who's running in behind Ibrahima Konate, keeps the ball in down towards the corner flag on the left-hand side. The ball's at his right foot. Cucurella, edge of the penalty area. Support offered from Caicedo. Lofted in towards Pedro Neto, headed away there by Milos Kerkez. Neto allows it to go over the whitewash, throw to Chelsea, thrown back towards Reece James.
These are really important few minutes for Liverpool now. Cannot concede another goal. Really important.
On the left-hand side, crossing opportunity if he wants. Cross towards the far post is overhit. No problem there for Mamardashvili. Is behind for a goal kick. It remains Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. 17 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge, and Liverpool are behind.
I think you can see Gravenberch there complaining about he's being overrun in that midfield. As I said, with Chelsea having 5 players in there, they're getting overrun a little bit, Liverpool.
Long clearance downfield from the goalkeeper ultimately. And Liverpool have possession with Cody Gakpo on the left-hand side. Lofted ball for Alexander Isak to chase. Running at the Chelsea defence, cutting in from the left. Cody Gakpo. Good work from him. Down towards the byline. Can he pull it back? Szoboszlai with the shot. Oh, it's blocked. Really good work from Liverpool. And Szoboszlai, in fact, the flag has gone up for offside. It wouldn't have counted in any case. But Szoboszlai's shot was blocked there by...
I'm trying to see how he was offside, because he chased his own ball, Gakpo. I don't know if it's a bit confusing that, but I'm sure VAR would have sorted out, but I thought he chased his own ball there.
Chelsea have got a free kick inside their own penalty area, and eventually it's worked to Reece James, who seems to have more switched positions. Him and Caicedo are swapping round, aren't they? When Caicedo comes in, when Malo Gusto comes into a central area, Reece James goes to right back and vice versa. Here come Liverpool though. Szoboszlai tried to slip it through to Alexander Isak. Chelsea win it back deep in their defensive third. Gusto. Eventually it's Caicedo, the goal scorer. Edge of his own penalty area or thereabouts. Has support from Benoit Badiashile. Eventually back to Sanchez. Back out it comes, and it's clipped down the left-hand side. Conor Bradley lofted forward, headed on there by Gravenberch. Salah, before he can get there, it's cleared and out of play for Liverpool throw-in. Bradley's going to take it almost midway inside the Chelsea half. Enzo Maresca is being told by the Fourth official to stay within his technical area. He's still not in it now. Hands in pockets on a slot, all in black, is very much in his technical area. But he'll be disappointed with Liverpool giving away a goal of such simplicity in the 14th minute, Mark Walters.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. As I said, he was unchallenged in the end after he slipped past McAllister, who, in my opinion, did something that Kanate did 2 minutes earlier, tried to nick in and win the ball. But having said that, once that happens, you have to have a centre-half come out to challenge him, and in the end he's had a free shot from 20 yards, and unfortunately for us, he's put in the top corner.
Back the ball goes to Sanchez in the Chelsea goal. Caicedo in the right back position. Short ball to Malo Gusto, then Reece James. Long downfield for Pedro Neto, who's quick as lightning, but even he can't keep that one in as he raced down the right touchline. Applause from the Chelsea fans.
Yeah, I think
the goal away to our left-hand side. It's out of play for a Liverpool throw, that Kerkez is going to take deep inside the Liverpool half. Yeah,
I think he would have been onside as well, so thankfully it ran out of play. But as I said, this next few minutes again, really important. Need to start getting a stranglehold of this game and start creating some chances, and hopefully we can get on the end of one.
Liverpool throwing down the line from Kerkez. Chelsea win it back. Liverpool hustling and bustling to try and get possession and maintain it, but chipped up towards Alexander Isak, loses out to Reece James. Lofted ball is headed away by Virgil van Dijk on the edge of the Liverpool penalty. It's headed back in and then volleyed clear by Kerkez. Chelsea with Caicedo and then James challenging for possession. It's gone out for a Liverpool throw-in. The Chelsea fans on that far side can't believe that decision, nor can Enzo Maresca.
The good thing is Liverpool are still competing and still winning those second balls, so hopefully that can continue.
Liverpool in possession, but they're on the edge of their own penalty, and then a really slack pass from Kanate out towards the left-hand side to nobody in particular, and it just eludes all the Liverpool players. I think the idea was to try and pick out either Kerkez.
No, I think
left-hand side,
Kanate thought Virgil was going to move forward, but he stayed still. But a bit of misunderstanding there.
It's gone out of play, and Chelsea restart with Neto, and eventually they go back to their goalkeeper and build patiently from the back. Midway through the first half, Chelsea leading by a goal to nil. Moises Caicedo's right foot rocket shot after 14 minutes, nestling in the top corner of Georgi Mamadashvili's goal as he dived away to his right-hand side. Might have just got a fingertip on it, but not enough of a contact to prevent it hitting the back of the net. And Chelsea have been the better team so far. They've not really been causing a whole load of problem for the Liverpool defenders, but Liverpool not able to build consistently towards the edge of the Chelsea penalty area, and Chelsea have looked the more threatening.
Yeah, they've created more clear-cut chances than Liverpool, but although we've had a little bit more possession, they're getting the better chances.
Van Dijk for the Reds, across the penalty area to Kanate. Conor Bradley receives it and links up really nicely with Mo Salah, but loses out to a combination of Enzo Fernandez and Benoit Badiashile, and then they go out towards the right-hand side. Reece James, Caicedo, Achimapong, just inside the Liverpool half, the central position. Forward the ball comes there for Alejandro Garnacho, fouled by Conor Bradley. He's pushing the back. Garnacho hits the deck. Free kick for Liverpool. Yeah, it's midway inside the Liverpool half to the left of centre.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Obviously Conor may be a bit too tight, but at least he knows he's in a game, Garnacho, and as I said, although Bradley started well, can't give him too much time.
I think it's going to be Reece James to take this. Has a quick word with Pedro Neto. Are they thinking about a short, perhaps? Chelsea have got 5 men in and around the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Liverpool, all those red shirts, back behind the ball. Chelsea with the free kick. In fact, Neto's going to take this left-footed, going to try and curl it towards the far post, is he? In it comes. Liverpool smuggle it clear. Driven shot is blocked, and Neto, left edge of the penalty area, thinks about a cross with his right. In it comes towards the far post. Good take by Mamardashvili, and then he bowls it out very swiftly there for Mo Salah to control on the left-hand side. Wriggles away from the challenge of Reece James. Chelsea fans applauded because Reece James drove him back to the left edge of the Liverpool penalty area where he found Kerkez, and then Kerkez for the goalkeeper Mamardashvili, who had started the move with the long throw-in forward. And Chelsea doing well to keep Liverpool at arm's length, and Liverpool have got to try and change that, Mark Walters.
Yeah, absolutely, but Liverpool playing...
That was a foul there on Mohamed Salah, and the referee...
Yeah.
Well, the referee was signalling as if he was playing the advantage, but very quickly it proved that there was no advantage to Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly.
Salah hauled to the deck, but now Liverpool have got possession, edge of the penalty area with Mo Salah on his left foot. Outnumbered there as Enzo Fernandez came in to aid and abet the Chelsea defence, and Fernandez down the left-hand side, the ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area. João Pedro is in the clear, but thankfully the flag's gone up for offside.
Yeah,
and the danger is over.
Well, that's good actually. For a change, they've given the free kick early as opposed to waiting until he's actually shot, so that's good. But a real good position there. Mo was in there, just got ganged up on and couldn't beat the two players there, but at least it's a better position for him.
26.5 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Lofted ball forward there for Milos Kerkez, left edge of the penalty, heads it down. He's going to try and get across him. As he pushed, knows as the referee as Pedro Neto went chasing back. I think his final contact was just a little bit too heavy with his head, and as a consequence, as he tried to chase after it and lunged forward under strong driving and the challenge from Neto, hoping for a foul, but never realistic.
No, I mean, at Anfield he might have got it, but yes, he did push him in the back, but not enough for him to get a free kick, to win a free kick there. But it's as I said, need to start creating some chances and maybe get that equaliser sooner rather than later.
Some nice touches early on for Alexander Isak, but he's not touched the ball to any great effect for much of the last 20 minutes really.
Yeah, since Chelsea took that lead, but as you said, his first touch was really good the first few minutes of the game, and I've been impressed with his work rate. He's really looks fitter now, for sure. Yeah,
Liverpool just not able to get him in possession. It's not that he's been doing anything particularly wrong, as Liverpool win a free kick in centre field, taken quickly. Konate for Szoboszlai with his back to goal. 8 to 10 yards inside the Liverpool half, goes back for Gravenberch. The central defenders split, and Konate comes to the right and Van Dijk to the left. Konate over halfway now, slides it forward to Isak. It's a good pass. Szoboszlai dummies, allows Mo Salah to get in possession. Right hand side, rolls it back to Bradley, 15 yards from the edge of the penalty area. Salah again, hits the ball forward looking for Bradley, comes off Cucurella. Liverpool throw and taken by Salah. Running back is Bradley to Konate on halfway. What can Liverpool produce from this?
Yeah, that was the only negative for Liverpool. Chelsea scoring first. Now they're in that shape. They have that 5 when they haven't got the ball and 3 when they have, and it's very difficult to break down.
Yeah, penetration through this well-drilled Chelsea rear guard. Not the easiest when they're functioning as they have been so far. On a high state of alert. Why wouldn't you when Liverpool come to town? Chelsea lead by a goal to 0. And Liverpool have got themselves a free kick for a foul on Szoboszlai by Moises Caicedo.
Yeah, for me, he's gone right over the top there. He's lucky to escape a booking there, to be honest with you. I think he's gone right over the top of the ball, and I think it happened that quickly. I don't think the referee spotted it.
Yeah, just in and around his left knee.
Yeah, bad tackle for me, but he's got up all right. Bit gingerly, but he's up.
Yeah, he's just hobbling and limping a little bit, but he's made a stern stuff, Dominic Szoboszlai. Liverpool free kick taken on the arc of the centre circle inside the Chelsea half, but back it goes to Konate, and then Van Dijk, left-hand side, forward to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo has support from Kerkez, checks back, and then Kerkez's ball forward for Gakpo, who hadn't continued with the run that Kerkez thought he was going to do after the
I think he just overhit anyway. Just overhit anyway, but
overhit by Kerkez behind for a goal kick to Chelsea, who still lead by a 1-0 just past the half-hour mark. Full commentary, Total Sport Saturday on BBC Radio Merseyside. Poor clearance from the goalkeeper. Gakpo in towards Alexander Isak, left edge of the penalty area, being driven back by the presence of 2 Chelsea defenders. So McAllister receives possession. He finds Van Dijk on the halfway line. McAllister again involved. Konate to the right of the centre circle inside his own half. McAllister asks for it. McAllister gets it. Bradley again offers himself, turns it into the path of Ibrahima Konate. Then to the left of centre inside his own half is Van Dijk. Thinks the best option is to go back to his goalkeeper. That's precisely what he does. Liverpool building once again with patience from the back, but they end up losing possession, and then that's a foul there by Enzo Fernandez, and Liverpool have got themselves a free kick 15 yards short of halfway.
Yeah, very important free kick, because if you never give that, then they were in on goal. So thankfully it was a free kick.
Salah cuts in to receive the ball, slid into his path, still has it, looking for support, gets challenged by Fernandez. Play answers the referee. Forward it comes to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai racing out towards the right touchline where Salah would have been under normal circumstances, but he cut in field and then challenged, and then the ball worked into the space for Szoboszlai. Salah not able to get back into position, but here's Gravenberch, the Kerkez left-hand side. It's out of play. You can say that was slightly overhit by Gravenberch. I think it was more that Kerkez is a little bit back on his heels there.
Probably a bit of both, yeah. But good play from Liverpool. They're starting to get into the game and play more offensive passes as opposed to sideways. So that was a good thing, at least.
Long ball out towards Garnacho. Garnacho challenged by a combination of Bradley and Konate, but Liverpool give away possession again. Gusto passes cut out by Kerkez, who's rampaging forward. That's a good ball for Szoboszlai. Tucks it back there for Cody Gakpo. Forward it comes, a chance for Kerkez, pulls it back, looking for Salah, but it's cleared on the edge of the 6-yard box by Cucurella, and now Chelsea on the counter. Liverpool have got enough red shirts back, he would hope to deal with it. Garnacho left-hand side, cutting in on his right foot, looking for support. Chelsea lead by a 1-0. Cucurella back for Enzo Fernandez. Conor Bradley stops Cucurella, obstructs him, and in fact it's going to be Conor Bradley getting a yellow card there.
I didn't see, I must admit, I was looking at the screen, which is a few seconds behind, but
he obstructed, according to the judgment of the referee, obstructed Cucurella as he was making that move down the left-hand side. Bradley and Cucurella having a bit of a conversation there.
Yeah, he did pull him back, to be fair. But what more important, Milos Kerkez there up there, instead of him shooting possibly, it wasn't a cute angle, he decided to square it, which was never on really. So there was another chance that could have been if it had maybe been a bit more selfish.
Chelsea free kick, it's about 4 yards in from the left touchline. It's a couple of yards outside the penalty area, so we'd say 20 yards out, and the wind just blowing the ball, so it has to be respotted by Reece James. Rolls it back there for Gusto, chips it forwards for Pedro Neto, chasing after it, diving in, couldn't get anything on it. Training ground move clearly from the free kick that didn't come off, as Pedro Neto just chased into the inside left position, down by the dead ball line, but didn't not able to connect, thankfully.
I think it was the ball itself was wrong. If the ball was a better ball, he would have got on the end of it. Yeah,
too much height on it, wasn't it, from a Chelsea perspective? Here come Liverpool with Szoboszlai. It's a nice pass for Salah on the right-hand side, cutting on his left foot. In comes the ball. It's Chelsea getting it clear.
Maybe the ball with the outside of his foot would have been better. Could have curled into his path, which I've seen him do many times. Salah,
former Chelsea player, of course.
Yeah.
Didn't have a particularly happy time of it at Stamford Bridge under Jose Mourinho. Liverpool build with Van Dijk, receives it from the goalkeeper. Gakpo for Isak. Isak goes down under the challenge. Play on, and Malo Gusto. Powerful move forward. Then his pass inside for João Pedro was blocked, and it's gone out of play for a Chelsea throw-in.
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning the way he easily ran through the Liverpool midfield there, but as I said, need to start compressing now, need to start getting that ball back as soon as they get it and start creating some chances.
9 minutes to go to the break. Chelsea lead by 1-0 here at Stamford Bridge. Total Sport Merseyside, your commentary team, Mike Hughes and the former Liverpool winger Mark Walters. Long clearance from Sanchez, goes straight out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. 15 yards short of halfway, right-hand side, taken by Bradley. Back to Ibrahima Konate. Konate looks for options. Gravenberch comes close to him, and he ends up going back to Mamardashvili, and out it goes to Van Dijk. Chip ball forward for the run of Cody Gakpo, headed away there by Reece James, only as far as Dominic Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai spins away and then cuts it back for Kerkez. A fantastic play from Pedro Neto to outsmart him, and racing down the right-hand side in towards the edge of the penalty area. Going to get a low cross in towards the near post. Liverpool defend it well there with Ibrahima Konate. Bundles it behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, good positioning.
Liverpool giving away possession, and then Chelsea speedily countering down that right-hand side.
Yeah, Konate done well there to position himself into a position where there's no way the ball would have got past him, but as you said, Chelsea really getting the ball back easily there, and
Liverpool's passing the losing possession inside the Chelsea half.
Yeah. Most
often by giving the ball away.
Yeah, the passing's been very slack, for want of a better word.
Corner for Chelsea that is going to be swung in from the right-hand side. In fact, it's worked short. And then Pedro Neto, looking for options, goes back to Gusto. Cucurella, driven shot from Garnacho, right-footed, it wasn't too far wide.
No, I don't know if that was a training ground move, but again, he's got literally a free shot at goal. No one within 5 metres.
Still Chelsea lead 1-0. Down the left-hand side, Cucurella picks up Garnacho, who stops and then goes again, gets away from Szoboszlai. He's inside the box, goes down. The referee isn't having anything to do with that in terms of it being a penalty.
For me, that's simulation. For me, that's a booking.
Garnacho goes down under the challenge that never really materialised as far as you term a challenge from Szoboszlai, and it was just a coming together, and he appeared to dive there.
I thought so. I thought it was a simulation there,
there was just a touch of the left arm on the back of Garnacho, but it was the faintest of touches, and nothing like near enough to merit. The laws of physics say you should never ever go down in that situation, and really the laws of association football shouldn't allow that either. And now I think it's going to be a booking for the Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca.
Well, if he had, I'm sure he's got a monitor down there, and if he has a look at that monitor, he can see for himself that no way it was a...
Yeah, the only thing is, in those sort of situations during a match, if you're the Chelsea manager, that's what you're thinking. If you're Liverpool, that's how much the game takes you over. But that was never ever a penalty.
Not for me, no. And for me, he's tried to con him.
Liverpool take the goal kick, but no. Eventually they win a free kick on the edge of the their own penalty area. 1-0. They trail. It's back with Mamardashvili. Left-footed, long downfield. Headed on by Isak out towards Salah. Cucurella gets there first. Competition between Badiashile and Isak. Good work from the Liverpool striker. And they've got themselves a corner. They could do it, getting themselves a goal. They trail 1-0.
Absolutely. Great work from Isak there, winning the header in the first place and then getting the closing the man down and getting a corner kick. I think it is, yes, corner kick. I've been very impressed with his touch today. Really good. And he's starting to look a player.
To get him into, pick him out in better areas. Liverpool take the corner kick short. Eventually it's Szoboszlai swings across in right-footed. It's retrieved. Crossed in from the left-hand side there from Cody Gakpo, and long ball downfield from the Chelsea goalkeeper for Alejandro Garnacho. Szoboszlai doubling up there with Liverpool's Conor Bradley to get the better of Garnacho. Liverpool tidy up and eventually go back to the goalkeeper. Liverpool have got about 4 minutes to go or thereabouts to get a goal to get them back on track before the interval. There will be a little bit of time to be added on, but I don't think there'll be much of it. Conor Bradley short to McAllister. McAllister downfield for Salah. Bradley wins a throw-in off Cucurella. Bradley takes the throw 20 yards inside the Chelsea half to the right-hand side. Liverpool, even though they've got in and around the Chelsea penalty area on enough occasions, just not enough penetration.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. I mean, any time's a good time to score, but just before half time would be fantastic. Just need to get Mo Salah in the game a little bit more, so we can get on the ball and maybe have a chance.
Gravenberch loses possession. Chelsea come forward with Caicedo picking out Malo Gusto. Gusto's had a really good first half. Finds Garnacho, left edge of the penalty area, wriggles away from Bradley down towards the byline. One step over and then support offered by Enzo Fernandez, World Cup winner with Argentina, of course. Garnacho, Cucurella building again. The forward ball to Fernandez. Cucurella on the left hand side rolls it back, and infield it comes to Caicedo, and Chelsea decide to work it across the defensive line. Achimapong to the right hand side for Reece James, who has operated pretty much for, apart from the opening 5 minutes, as a right back, and then Malo Gusto playing in a much more central area. Liverpool win possession. Szoboszlai for Salah, cross towards the far post. Isak with a header, just off target, but that was close, and that was better from Liverpool. And Mo Salah finding his man with a lovely cross. Isak got up and just headed the ball over the bar. Really powerful header.
That's the pass I was telling you about with his outside of his left foot. He does that quite often, and it was just a little bit too high for Isak. But good play all the same. Just a little bit too high for him. He was
just reaching for it, wasn't he?
He showed his area abilities. I've been very impressed with his area ability today. He's just unable to.
Wasn't able to get over the ball.
Having said that, I've seen the money today. I think he'll be disappointed he didn't hit the target.
Yeah, just headed it over the bar. Long clearance downfield. Van Dijk with the headed clearance back into Chelsea territory, and then Chelsea pick up possession with João Pedro, and they win themselves a free kick on that far side for a foul on João Pedro. And Chelsea have got another opportunity to launch it long. We've moved into the final minute of the 45. We're just past it now. I think we're going to soon find out what's going to be added on. Would be surprised if it's more than 2 minutes. It may be less than that.
Yeah, I'm going for 1 minute.
Garnacho down the left-hand side on his right foot. Foul by Bradley. Well, He has already been yellow carded, but that would be a gross injustice if he was sent off for that. But he's got to be watchful.
Yeah, he's got to be careful now.
And that's a consideration given how tricky Garnacho is, and how tricky Pedro Neto is. 2 minutes to add on. If he decided to swap the wingers over, I think that the manager may be thinking possibly of making a change in the second half for Bradley.
Yeah, I think he may have to, just for the his peace of mind, really, because any wrong move that he does, and then as we've seen, Garnacho does make a meal of things, he'll be sent off. So it's a big consideration. He might have to take him off.
Free kick about 3 yards in from the left touch line, and Reece James and Pedro Neto are over the ball. Neto with the left, James with the right. Looks like James is going to take it. Right arm aloft, in comes the corner towards the near post. Good defending for Liverpool there from Alexis McAllister, gets it clear. Long ball from Badiashile, and it's lofted and the inside left position, and nowhere near any Chelsea player. Out of play for a Liverpool goal kick that Mamardashvili should be in a hurry to take, with his team trailing by 1-0.
Yeah, as I said, I did think the first goal was going to be important, and it's set the mood for Chelsea's play now. They're very defensive.
That's a push there on Ibrahima Konate from João Pedro. That's an opportunity for Liverpool to loft it forward. Is it?
Just going each other's way there.
Taken a bit too quickly. I think they would have been better off going long. Van Dijk and Milos Kerkez. We're well into the second minute of the two to be added on. We'll soon hear the referee's half-time whistle. Long downfield from Mamardashvili. Headed out of play. Conor Bradley throws it quickly to Konate. Forward to Szoboszlai. There is the half-time whistle. It's not a satisfactory scoreline from a Liverpool perspective, because they trail by 1-0. Just the one goal in the 45 minutes, and it came from Chelsea. Caicedo's right foot rocket shot after he picked up possession in centre field. McAllister tried to win back possession and overstretched. Chelsea had runners motoring in towards the edge of the penalty area. Caicedo and Gusto, and Caicedo strode forward and cracked it. A really powerful right foot drive into the top corner. Making the dive away to his right hand side was Georgi Mamardashvili. May have got a fingertip on it, but couldn't keep it from going into the back of the net, and Chelsea have the 1-goal advantage at the break. Liverpool went closest when we've had a far post header from Alexander Isak from a lovely, splendid cross from the right hand side with the outside of his right foot from Liverpool's Mo Salah that Isak headed over. Then Milos Kerkez got into a good position in the inside left position inside the penalty area. Could have had a crack at goal, decided to pull it back towards Salah, and it was blocked. And Liverpool, with Cody Gakpo getting into some decent areas in the inside left position quite early on in the half, had attempted shots blocked. But Liverpool, when they've had possession and they've had less of that than Chelsea have, at least that's the way it looks to the naked eye, they've not been having the sort of necessary penetration to get through this resolute Chelsea. Not just their defence, it's their midfield shape as well. But Liverpool have this fabulous goal scoring record, but they've not been able to found the back of the net so far. They've scored in each of the last 40 Premier League matches, but in the first 45, Mark Walters, they've not been able to do so, and they've not really troubled the Chelsea goalkeeper.
No, they started well.
Hardly at all.
They started well. I've been really impressed with Izek's touch. He looks really silky. First touch, really good. But obviously, since they scored the goal, Chelsea have now filtered back into the 5 at the back when Liverpool have the ball. and occasionally breaking forward. They then revert to 3, and consequently Liverpool will find it difficult to break that down. There's been very little, as you say. Milos had a chance to maybe shoot from an acute angle, admittedly, but decided to pass it. For me, I think he should have shot, but I'm sure that's why he's playing left back, because he's not really attacking minded. But it's disappointing at the moment because, as I said, we haven't created a lot, but it is very difficult to break down Chelsea's back 5, and then their midfielders are helping out as well, so it's going to be very difficult, and consequently when Liverpool do go forward, they're going to break on us as well. So it's a really, really tight game at the moment. It's going to get probably worse unless we equalise.
Yeah, there needs to be a bit more zip about Liverpool when they do get possession. Earlier on in the half, they were finding Mo Salah quite regularly with earlier passes, but they've just not really been able to crack open this Chelsea rearguard to any great extent. Very little for Robert Sanchez to do. By the same token, Georgi Mamardashvili has hardly been tested either, but Chelsea have had the better of things in the first half, in as much as they have looked much more dangerous when they come forward, and they do have a real penetrative look about their very forceful attack, and have got into some dangerous positions. But Liverpool, far from done for yet. They may be a goal down, but we know what Liverpool are like in terms of historically for fighting back, and certainly this team under this manager have the capacity to get back into this game, and that's what they've got to do. Half-time score then at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0.
Total Sport.
Shoulder to shoulder with the fans.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Plenty of work to do for Liverpool. Liverpool fans, how are you feeling after that first half? Well, if you want to let us know how you're feeling after the full-time whistle, we'd love to hear from you on the fan phone-in after the game today. We're live from Liverpool up until 8 o'clock tonight. Second half commentary, of course, to come. Can the Reds get a comeback on and bring it back against Chelsea in the second half? Not too much attacking threat from either side, really. Chelsea probably just edging it in that first 45, so an intriguing contest it remains, and we'll get the live exclusive local radio commentary of the second half right here on Total Sports Saturday. And just to keep you up to date as well with the Super League, I'm afraid our online commentary is not going according to plan either. Hull Kingston Rovers 12, St Helens nothing as it stands, and you can listen to that one on the BBC Sport website via the Rugby League pages. Some results from earlier on today to bring you. We'll keep it Premier League to start with. It was Leeds 1, Spurs 2 in the lunchtime kickoff, 2 3 o'clock kickoffs, just the two. Arsenal 2, West Ham 0, Manchester United 2, Sunderland 0. In National League North, Chester threw a 2-goal lead away. They were 2-0 up and then missed a penalty as well, and Merthyr Town got it back to draw 2-2. It finished Macclesfield 0, Marine 1. Macclesfield reduced to 10 men. What a win for Marine. And Southport beaten on the road. It finished Spennymoor 2, Southport 0. And in League 2, Tranmere, what a dramatic afternoon it was there. Trailed twice, eventually got it back for a 3-3 draw away at Bromley. Let's get the thoughts of Andy Crosby now, the Rovers boss, speaking with BBC Radio Merseyside's Derek Jones.
Well, a lot to talk about in the game, Andy, but first of all, the spirit of your players coming from 3-1 down to get a point and could have won the game.
Yeah, the spirit of the players on the pitch, the supporters who travel all this way on a horrendous day to travel with the conditions, and paid their hard-earned money to come and support the team. Really thankful and grateful to them. I hope that they have a safe trip back, saying horrendous conditions today. The spirit of the team to come back from the scoreline they did just after half-time. I've seen things on the pitch today. I've been involved in the game a long time as a player. As a coach, as a manager, there was things happen on that pitch today I've never seen before. Some things to say are just baffling. We have a responsibility as managers to communicate as well as we possibly can, but there's also a responsibility as well from other people involved in the game. And I say some of the things which happened in the game today are just baffling.
Some of them were against you. I suppose that the first goal you conceded you know what they're going to do, and disappointed to concede that first goal, I suppose, from a corner.
Yeah, of course. You know, you highlight the strengths of the opposition pre-game, and you try and get yourself organised against that. The delivery is really good. They've obviously got a really big team. They've scored 10 goals. They've scored 10 goals already from set plays. Again, some of the decisions which were made in terms of how they affected the goal, for me, are questionable. The decision to send off their manager, I can see why he's so frustrated in terms of the decision and why he then got a red card. It's hard to try and stay calm in this situation now, having witnessed what we've witnessed. We're obviously gonna go and speak to the officials about the game and try and speak calmly about it and try and see things from their point of view. But I've seen things out on the pitch today which are just beyond belief.
You got the equaliser, terrific finish from Nathan Smith, and then you start talking about the second goal that they scored. See how disappointed Joe was, and obviously all the rest of the team were with that decision at all. You found it hard to take.
Yeah, the officials have thought that Joe's got the contact. He's gone looking for the contact.
We saw what we saw, Randy. We can go with you on that. But then a penalty a couple of minutes into the second half. You've made the substitution, and it's a strange one, isn't it? When you've got an attacking player on his own dead ball line trying to clear the ball, hits Nathan, and a penalty's get given against you.
That penalty decision will get played worldwide. I've never seen a penalty given in those circumstances. A player trying to clear the ball and it hits one of his own players who's a yard away, and he's really connected with the ball, Amari, and we get a penalty given against us. So he's obviously wanted to block the clearance to give the opponent a penalty. He's meant to do that.
What can you say? But give players the credit then. Yeah. You got back into the game almost immediately. Now Jayden Joseph on as a substitution, great cross in, and then Amari, sixth goal of the season. Now he's there and very, very calm with his finish. Yeah,
the goals we scored were good goals. So you get embroiled in a certain type of game when you come here. But it's important that when we got the ball that we had to show a bit more composure, and we still need to be so much better at it. But when we did, so it's a good ball into the box, and we make good contacts, and we're backing it straight away in a way, at 3-3 then. And there's obviously then another decision which goes in our favour. I'm not sure the officials were all aligned in that decision, but it happened, and so that they still put pressure on you because they put the ball into the 18-yard box so many times in a variety of ways. Again, Joe's made some brilliant saves. He's been outstanding for us since he's come back into the team. But again, it looks like we've lost another defender, and we're really getting hit by that situation. But also those things can galvanise you as well. And say it would have been at 3-1 because of the circumstances of the goals and things which had happened in the game. The credit goes to the players.
You mentioned another injury, Jordan Turnbull, the player who's gone off. Do you know exactly what it is already?
No, his knee. He says he's got an issue with his knee, so it's too quick for us to realise the severity of that.
Yeah, the injury issues really starting to tot up for Tranmere Rovers, and you could hear, couldn't you? You could hear just how fuming Andy Crosby was with the refereeing decisions in that one. There should be an interesting week ahead, and then still a very, very good point on the road, though, away at a very tough side in Bromley, coming from behind twice as well. But yeah, when the referee makes a decision that upsets you, there's not a lot else you can talk about, really, is there? Coming up tomorrow, by the way, we have got live exclusive local radio commentary of Everton against Crystal Palace. That'll be an interesting one, won't it? Crystal Palace, 19 games unbeaten in all competitions. Everton starting to look to try and end a little winless run of their own. 1:30 for the build-up, 2 o'clock kick-off tomorrow on BBC Radio Merseyside. You can hear it on BBC Sounds, on your radio, on 95.8 FM and DAB, and also on Freeview Channel 714. Make sure you're here with Chris Coughlin tomorrow afternoon on BBC Radio Merseyside. But for now, we're getting ready for second half commentary of Liverpool's trip to Chelsea. It's not going well so far for Liverpool. 1-0 down at the break.
Chelsea in possession. towards Malo Gusto. Caicedo shoots. Oh! That is an incredible right foot strike from Moises Caicedo after the link up with Malo Gusto in towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Right foot he hit in, and it fairly flew into the top corner with Mamardashvili diving helplessly to his right hand side. Chelsea have just been finding it a little bit too easy to get in and around the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, and it opened up far too easily for Gusto and for Caicedo, and Caicedo's hammered in an absolutely wonder strike. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Gusto pass is cut out by Kerkez, who's rampaging forward. That's a good ball for Szoboszlai. Tucks it back there for Cody Gakpo. Forward it comes, a chance for Kerkez, pulls it back, looking for Salah, but it's cleared on the edge of the 6-yard box by Cucurella. Liverpool win possession. Szoboszlai for Salah, cross towards the far post. Isak with a header. Just off target, but that was close, and that was better from Liverpool. And Mo Salah finding his man with a lovely cross. Isak got up and just headed the ball over the bar. Really powerful header. Right hand side, Mo Salah inside the penalty area now. Salah shoots. Oh my goodness! It's a Mo Salah classic.
Here's McAllister who hits it. Oh! Big not out. What a strike! It's going to be party time. The full-time whistle is blown. And with it, confirmation that Liverpool are league champions for the 20th time.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
So plenty of work for Liverpool to do in the second 45. Time to hand you back over to your commentary team at Stamford Bridge. It's Mark Walters and Mike Hughes.
Thank you, Phil. The Liverpool players are out for the second half. Florian Wirtz already stripped off, so can't see Conor Bradley out there. So that would suggest that Conor Bradley has been sacrificed, as we suggested that he might be because of his booking. Alexis McAllister has just come onto the field, so possibly that could mean Szoboszlai moving into that right back berth. Yeah. Florian Wirtz will drop into that central midfield position. There is the potential, if he wants to move him further forward, but he'll take Szoboszlai's role, and hopefully he'll be able to bring creative edge. Certainly we know a lot being spoken about the fact that he's created a lot of chances in the matches that he's played for Liverpool. Just no assists and no goals so far. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously he's going to be fresh legs coming on, so I'm hoping he can impact on what is been a kind of stuttery first half for Liverpool. It's going to be Chelsea to kick off in the second half, and it's Enzo Fernandez with the first kick of that second period. Goes back to his goalkeeper, and Robert Sanchez, right-footed, clips the ball forward. Liverpool clear with McAllister, and then stolen really well by Gakpo, linking up with Wirtz in towards the edge of the penalty. Pulled back towards Wirtz. Brilliant. Set it up nicely for Salah. Oh dear. Into the side netting from Mo Salah, when it looked for all the world as though that was going to be the equalising goal. It deserved such a goal because of Wirtz's touch there was sublime. He got the ball into Salah's. The only thing I think of, because it's his right side, he may have hesitated because it's a lovely right Liverpool move. The link up between Gakpo and Florian Wirtz, and the little flick on back heel. And Salah's shot just into the, well, hit the side netting after rebounding off the hoardings at the back of the goal, so it was further away than it looked. But here come Chelsea themselves. Hopefully that will be encouraging for Liverpool. Right hand side with Pedro Neto on his left foot. Back he goes to Reece James, and then eventually they're up towards halfway again, and Cody Gakpo with a challenge on Reece James, not to the liking of the Chelsea captain, and certainly not the referee Anthony Taylor, so a free kick goes the way of the home side. Good pressing from Gakpo there. I thought he was unlucky there. He read what he was going to do, and for me, 6.5 a dozen there. I thought he could have got away with a play on there, to be fair. That's twice in the opening 90 seconds of the second half, there's been real energy and zest about Cody Gakpo challenging for the ball in that area.
Yeah,
and it's almost paid off.
Yeah, Liverpool's attitude seems to be more intensive.
Good play there from McAllister as Chelsea come forward, knocks it into the path of Szoboszlai, goes back to his goalkeeper. Forward it comes. Headed away by Reece James, with only back to Mamardashvili. So Dominic Szoboszlai finds himself in the right back position, and there's no problem with him being there because he's functioned really well in that position. The problem is that Liverpool have got Jeremy Frimpong and Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley's been taken off. They've got a full-back on the bench that they paid £35 million for, and he doesn't get to play there. Flipped out of play as Chelsea defend, and it's out for a Liverpool throw-in.
Yeah, the manager obviously trusts Szoboszlai there as opposed to the other fullback, but it is a bit strange. There's no lie.
And it's Szoboszlai in possession, tucks it back there to Konate, midway inside the Chelsea half. Good ball from Konate to Salah, edge of the penalty area. The low cross comes in, it's a poor one, and Chelsea come away with it. Enzo Fernandez, Garnacho, Fernandez inside the centre circle, picks out Malo Gusto. We've got Joao Pedro on the edge of the penalty area. Gusto instead works it short to Neto. Neto 1-2 with Reece James. Back in for Caicedo. James again. Short ball to the right hand side for Gusto. And that James and Gusto working in tandem has been a feature of some excellent play from Chelsea so far tonight. Long clearance downfield from Robert Sanchez, out of play for a Liverpool throw-in, and they've just got to play with that same energy and drive that almost got them an equalising goal in the early moments of the second half. Mark Walters.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the intensity is definitely improved from what we saw the last few minutes of the first half, but need to keep that up. Need to start creating chances and maybe get Mo Salah in the game a little bit more.
Good ball down the line from Reece James, but it's well read down that left touchline as Liverpool defend by Milos Kerkez. Gets there before Pedro Neto. Neto in the end gave it up, and Kerkez goes back to his goalkeeper. Out it comes to Konate. Square ball for Van Dijk. Van Dijk for Kerkez, who's taken up a more central position. McAllister short for Konate, forward for Isak. Isak's pass is just a little bit loose for Szoboszlai. It was simple enough.
Yeah, just a little bit short. Yeah, just passed it a little bit short, but
got to be more effective. Got to make sure in those situations.
Yeah, maybe should have took 2 touches instead of trying to lay it off first time, but he's due one, because as I said, I think his touch has been really good today.
Florian Wirtz drops deep to pick up possession from Konate. Chip ball forward is blocked, and it's blocked unfairly by the arm of Malo Gusto, but the referee doesn't think fit to be getting any coloured cards from his pockets. And Liverpool take the free kick. They trail by a 1-0. Forward ball for Isak to chase down the right hand side. Does really well to get the ball and loft it over the head of Marc Cucurella, but Chelsea defend it well, and out it goes to Garnacho. Turns away from a challenge, but Liverpool win it back. Edge of the penalty area with Gravenberch, shoots straight to the goalkeeper, but it was a decent effort.
Yeah.
And more impressive was the fact that Liverpool won possession as 3 players ganged up on one of their Chelsea counterparts to get Liverpool in the game moving forward.
And also won it in the final third, which is a great place to win the ball.
Chelsea break with Joao Pedro over halfway, centre position. Joao Pedro shoots, the shot's blocked. Might break for Neto. Neto has Reece James going outside him. Well read by Kerkez. He always thought that was going to happen, and he anticipated where the ball was going to go. It was poorly hit by Neto, in all honesty. Forward to Isak. Did it come off his arm? Referee says no. It comes back to him, and it cannons off his foot and goes out of play just beneath us. We're quite low down.
Yeah, Isak's just looking like he's
positioned the press box, and it's going to be a throw into Chelsea.
Yeah, Isak's just looking like he's feeling the pace a bit there. Just on his haunches there. Looked a bit tired, but it was nearly a good move there if he could have got hold of it.
It would be very unusual if he was given more than 60 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think Alexander Isak will give way probably at that point to Ekitike, but Chelsea coming forward with Garnacho down the left-hand side. Good defending from Szoboszlai. Back it goes to Mamardashvili. Right-footed clearance up towards Salah. Salah's pass for McAllister. Lofted ball for Salah to chase from McAllister. Salah gets there first. Edge of the penalty area on his left foot. Salah's going to have a crack at goal, and it's overhit and it's wide of the target, but that was Salah looking threatening there, and he did really well to get on the end of that long ball forward from McAllister, and some
he'd done the
real
hard
energy
bit.
shown there from Mohamed Salah.
He'd done the hard bits and got that yard of space that we all know and seen many times, but he just couldn't hit the target, which is unlike him.
Chelsea have got their goalkeeper down at the moment, receiving treatment. So in the Premier League today, the early kickoff, Leeds 1, Tottenham 2. Two deflected goals from Tottenham were enough from Matthias Tell and Mohamed Kudus, after Okafor had equalised for Leicester after Tell's earlier deflected strike. Arsenal beat West Ham by 2-0. Declan Rice in the first half, and a penalty from Saka in the second half. And Manchester United have beaten Sunderland by 2-0. Mason Mount in the 8th minute with the opener, and then Benjamin Šeško with another fairly early on in the second half. And Liverpool are going to bring on Andy Robertson. Robertson getting his last instructions, and Milos Kerkez is going to be coming off. Robertson, a lot of Liverpool fans expected that he might start today, such as being the difficulty that Milos Kerkez has faced since the big money move from Bournemouth during the summer. He hasn't done particularly badly today, but I think the manager wants to revert almost to tried and trusted. Curtis Jones is going to come on. I suggest that possibly come on for McAllister, who's still trying to find his fitness.
Well, I think also you got to remember, fresh legs coming on as well. Obviously, Robertson has previously has made a lot of assists in the past, so maybe he's thinking of maybe could make one today. Jones as well, he's very creative as well. He could maybe set one up, but definitely needs something at the minute.
Romeo Lavia's come on for Benoit Badiashile. Robertson and Kerkez touch palms. Just hasn't happened so far for Milos Kerkez. I have no doubt that it will, because he's a really good footballer, and ultimately that's normally what happens. So Ibrahima Konate is going to be replaced by Curtis Jones, and that is a surprising move for Liverpool. So they're going to drop Ryan Gravenberch back to play alongside Van Dijk. So on paper, at least, it's kind of like a makeshift Liverpool back four. Szoboszlai at right back, Gravenberch as right centre defender, Robertson comes back in on the left-hand side, and of course Virgil van Dijk, who heads the ball from the clearance downfield from the Chelsea goalkeeper. And then Gravenberch is on hand to knock it back to Mamardashvili. Clears left-footed up towards Gakpo, heads it on, but Chelsea with Reece James, who's dropped into the back four, finding Gusto. Gusto goes back to his goalkeeper. Your thoughts on the substitutions, Mark Walters?
Yeah, as Konate is coming off, he was grimacing his face. I'm assuming he's had a little bit of a knock there, but I honestly believe it's a good thing. Get some fresh legs on the pitch, because we definitely need to equalise sooner rather than later.
McAllister, I thought, might go off. Certainly has stayed on, and he's linked up nicely there with Curtis Jones. Struggling to get a starting berth for Liverpool this season, but when he's come on in games, he's looked really good, Curtis Jones. Forward from Robertson, but Chelsea managed to fashion a clearance of sorts before the Reds pick up possession. Chelsea leading by 1-0. We've had 56 and a half minutes of the match at Stamford Bridge. Ball to the left-hand side for Robertson from McAllister is loose, and then it's got out of play for a Chelsea throw-in.
Yeah, just a misunderstanding there. Obviously Robertson just come on very eager to get forward, and McAllister just played it where he was stood. But
Reece James complaining to referee Anthony Taylor that he's been fouled. Somebody's gone over the top on him. Anthony Taylor not getting too interested in that. Long clearance downfield. Garnacho's in behind the Liverpool defence. Garnacho pulls it back across the 6-yard box, and Chelsea thankfully don't have anybody to get on the end of it. And Liverpool's defence breathes a sigh of relief, but possession picked up by Pedro Neto, left-footed edge of the penalty area, on towards Romeo Lavia. Liverpool do well to win it back, and then stopped in the tracks. Cody Gakpo gives it away. Gusto's pass there for Enzo Fernandez, can't control it. Szoboszlai's long ball for Mo Salah is overhit, and that's no problem for Sanchez, who picks it up and then
thankfully
takes a throw-in pass almost to Cucurella on the left-hand side.
Yeah, thankfully Garnacho decided to square it, a bit like how I won in the first half, instead of shooting, but strange decision from him. But how he got in the first place, I'd love to see that on the monitor, to see how he was still on side from basically a big long kick.
Back it goes to Robert Sanchez in the Chelsea goal. Out it comes to Reece James, chips it forward, intercepted by the head of Cody Gakpo. Liverpool in the throw-in as Isak works it against James, gets the throw back from Wirtz. Isak with the ball for Robertson, infield to Curtis Jones. Nice turn away there from Florian Wirtz in towards the edge of the penalty area. He's challenged, and Chelsea come away with possession with Romeo Lavia. Lavia finds Enzo Fernandez, and over halfway with Cucurella to the left of centre. Picks the pass out for Garnacho on his right foot in from the left-hand side. Cucurella on the left-hand side gets the cross towards the far post, headed downwards by Pedro Neto, blocked by the head of Andy Robertson. It's behind for a corner. That was an impressive flowing Chelsea move.
Yeah, obviously, as I said, the counter-attack is something that they're looking for now. They're holding their positions until we lose it, and then they're recycling the ball and getting up quickly until the set pace is coming, and they slow it right down again.
Chelsea corner kick, right-hand side. Pedro Neto comes across to take it. Joao Pedro comes short if he wants for the corner tight along the dead ball line. Malo Gusto, it was who came short. Pedro in the box, in comes the corner, headed away at the near post inside the 6-yard box by Van Dijk. Chelsea with a header from Caicedo, out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. Taken quickly, and Andy Robertson turns it back to his goalkeeper. Liverpool have got to find something from somewhere.
Yeah, definitely need a bit of magic or a mistake from Chelsea. Or this man here.
Long ball forward is run in the air. Reece James beat Alexander Isak to the ball, and eventually it's turned back to Sanchez, out to Caicedo, whose goal in the 14th minute continues to separate the two teams. Long ball forward.
Don't forget we got UA
back by Liverpool.
You got Ekitike on the bench as well. So
yeah, I think Ekitike will be on before too much longer. Maybe the manager might think Alexander Isak for possibly 65-70 minutes, a little bit longer than he has done as he's building his fitness levels. Done some good things so far today. Neto on the right touchline, challenged fairly there by Robertson. McAllister picks up the loose ball. Florian Wirtz dropping deep. In comes the pass from Robertson. It's a poor one. It's straight to Caicedo. Liverpool have got three players the wrong side of the ball, but Chelsea building patiently out from Enzo Fernandez to Garnacho, driven further back and further infield by some impressive Liverpool defending, and then Lavia's pass to the right-hand side for Neto, left-footed cross towards the far post, and it's gone behind. But Chelsea had Enzo Fernandez steaming in, so productive with those far post runs for Chelsea. Fernandez this season.
Yeah, Szoboszlai did well there.
High for a goal kick.
Szoboszlai did well there, just getting in the way of the ball, and the man, he couldn't see it coming, so good defending from Szoboszlai there.
Liverpool still trailed by a goal to nil. They're in possession now. We're well past the hour mark, coming up to 62 minutes gone. Liverpool showing some really decent attacking verve in the second half, and Mo Salah close to an equaliser, and Salah's in possession now. Down towards Szoboszlai, gets the cross in. Inside the penalty area, it's crashed home into the roof of the net by Cody Gakpo, and Liverpool are back on level terms. And it was that flowing move down the right-hand side, Szoboszlai linking up with Salah. In came the cross, and in the end, it broke for Cody Gakpo to lash it in from 8 yards out. He's formidable in those sort of positions, and he hasn't had the best of starts to the season. But off of the danger man sorts come vital goals last season, and he's got another one this time. In came the cross, helped on there, and then just lashed in by Cody Gakpo. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. The goal scorer is Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, he done very well there. Little deflection from Szoboszlai's cross. Isak tried to control it, couldn't, and he just fell beautifully for Gakpo to slam it in the top corner. Hopefully that's a bit of luck we needed, and now we can get back into this game.
Yeah, it ended up being a decent assist there from Alexander Isak, as he just got in the end of the cross. And Liverpool back on terms. So we're saying there was a bit more about them in an attacking sense, and so it proved. Gakpo with the goal. Nice link up with Szoboszlai and Salah as well.
Yes, that little deflection just took it out of the reach of the defender, and unfortunately Isak couldn't control it. Here we go again.
Here come Liverpool again, but Cody Gakpo, the ball tangled underneath his feet, and Chelsea come away with it, and it's put out of play there by Andy Robertson. This game now is beginning to bubble under, and it's a different match completely.
Absolutely.
From the first half.
I'd go as far as to say the next goal wins it, really do, because whoever gets it's going to have that much impetus. I think they'll win the match.
Long ball downfield there, finds touch, and Liverpool have got themselves a throw in right hand side. Isak gets the ball in, it's stabbed away, and then it comes back to him, and then miscontrolled it slightly, and it bounced off him. Now behind for a goal kick to Chelsea.
Yeah, just looking a little bit tired, but as I said, I think if you can get these through the next 10 minutes, maybe even get a goal, I think it'll give them another sort of second breath, if you like.
Yeah, how many times do we say it, goals change games, and of course they do, but I thought Liverpool come out pretty much from the word go and bared their teeth in attacking sense from within the first minute, and we're almost back on terms, and now they've got their just rewards. But Chelsea are in possession with Romeo Lavia driving forward, central position, support from Fernandes. Garnacho inside the penalty, gets a low cross in. Liverpool get the bodies in and get it clear. But Chelsea come again with Cucurella, and Gittins is going to come on for Chelsea, so you'd suggest that maybe one of the fullbacks, one of the wingers is going to come off. Liverpool break, forward ball, Florian Wirtz for Mo Salah. Mo Salah's inside the penalty area. Mo Salah on his left foot, shoots way off target. Flag goes up for offside. Good job it didn't go into the back of the net.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of those already today, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
One that he went really close with, but two of those that are cutting in on the right hand side on his left foot.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he'd got his range by now. You know, he's had two or three of those, and I thought he'd got his range, but still, luckily for him, it was offside anyway. But as I said before, this next goal is so important. If we can get it, I think we will go on and win the match comfortably.
Let's see. Jarell Hatto is going to come on for Chelsea as well, by the look of things. He's got his training top off, as Gittins has. So Arne Slot and the Liverpool coaching staff having a few words with Cody Gakpo, Andy Robertson and Alexis McAllister. Chelsea with man down inside the penalty. I think it's Reece James who's actually down, so Is Jarell Hatter going to come on for Reece James, who's slotted into that central defensive position because what was perhaps an injury to Benoit Badiashile. So there's going to be more substitutions, more stoppage time, but all of a sudden this is game on, Mark Walters.
Without shadow.
Obviously it was what we were hoping for at the start of the second half, but from what we've seen, Liverpool lacked penetration, lacked drive and lacked energy, and even though they did some good things up towards the Chelsea penalty area, they didn't cause them enough problems. And
well, goals change games, and that's what's happened. We've got a goal, maybe fortuitously, but we've got a goal, and now, as you can see, we've got the momentum now, and I honestly believe we can get this next goal. I think Chelsea will crack, because you've got to remember they're coming off a bad run of form as well. They've lost, I think, the last 3 games, or 2 games at least. So if we can get a goal, I think that will change things even more.
So Jarell Hatter is on. He's come on for Josh Achiapong. And Chelsea work the ball forward. They've got possession now with Romeo Lavia. The pass to the right hand side is just about kept in as
Closer.
The scampering figure there, Pedro Neto, back towards the edge of the penalty area. In comes the cross, headed away by Curtis Jones. Garnacho has possession, links up there with Cucurella. Chelsea forced to backpedal because of the pressing from Szoboszlai and others. And in the end, from the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, they go back to the edge of their own and their own goalkeeper. Forward ball, it's given away there by Lavia, but gets a chance to win it back, but then he's stopped in his tracks by Cody Gakpo. Robertson inside the penalty area, left hand side, pulls it back, just blocked at the near post, but Robertson's in there again. Is that a penalty? No, says the referee. Robertson, no real appeal as he went down under the challenge, but impressive run inside the penalty area from Addy Robertson. Pedro Neto cutting in from the right hand side on his left foot, support there from Cucurella. On the left is Garnacho inside the penalty area, Enzo Fernandez. Pedro Neto's gone down. Play on, says the referee. Caicedo for Lavia. Chelsea driven back. Pedro Neto is still down on his knees, just about gets up. He's looking at his...
I'm sure VAR will sort that out, but I didn't see any...
I didn't see anything
from myself.
The ball.
Yeah.
No stoppages as yet. Gusto inside his own half. Reece James and Lavia all combined before going back to the goalkeeper. 1 each it is at Stamford Bridge. Liverpool's equaliser courtesy of a close range effort from Cody Gakpo. The Reds in possession now. It's Cody Gakpo actually on the ball. Links up with Wirtz, but Chelsea steal possession with Reece James. Romeo Lavia, central midfielder who could have come to Liverpool, of course, if things would have worked out differently, as João Pedro's forward ball ricochets off
I think 70 minutes gone now.
Goes back to the goalkeeper Mamardashvili.
It would be a great sub now for me.
Yeah, I think and that's exactly what the travelling cop think as well. Here's Curtis Jones running forward at pace, picks out Mo Salah. Salah with a cross towards the far post. Jones with a header. Might break for Cody Gakpo inside the penalty area. Just about comes down. McAllister shoots. It's blocked. McAllister might get a second bite at it. Overhits the pass for Cody Gakpo, but that was still very, very encouraging for Liverpool. Now they look a threat every time they come forward.
It was, yeah, and just a little bit tired, Chelsea, but that last pass there was so easy for him, and he just lacked the concentration, overhit the ball. But as you say, we're looking threatening on every attack now.
Liverpool about to make a change, and it is going to be Hugo Ekitike coming up. He's got rid of the blonde highlights. Chelsea in possession, break over halfway to the left of centre with Cucurella. Has support from Garnacho. Level with the edge of the penalty. Cucurella pulls it back, and Liverpool get it clear with Robertson. Chelsea looking dangerous every time they break forward down that right hand side, down their left hand side rather, the Liverpool right defensively. Now Liverpool coming down the right with Mo Salah. Looks for support, has to go further back than he'd have wanted to find it, but finds it in the shape of Gravenberch, who's playing as a central defender in the absence of, we presume, is the injured Ibrahima Konate. More substitutions for Chelsea. Gittins, Estevao about to come on, and there's another substitution, Mark Guihi as well, as Van Dijk goes long downfield. 72 minutes gone. Good play there by Isak, goes down inside the penalty area. He claims he was fouled by Reece James.
I thought he held him back, yeah.
Of course, VAR will have a look at that. Well, he bundled into him and there was an outstretched arm. Anthony Taylor, the referee. No, but I think he touched his face as well.
It's a boot, hits him in the face, and I think could even been an elbow.
And there was much more contact to the face of Alexander Isak than there was to the face of the Galatasaray striker in midweek that led to the penalty.
Well, I'm hoping VAR sort this out.
We're just going to get a look at this now. Well, it was
trailing elbow.
It was the inside of his palm that I think has caught Alexander Isak, and VAR I think has had a look, and yeah, nothing doing. Isak comes off. I think the manager and the player will be pleased with a lot of his contribution. Not much seen of him from sort of 15 minutes up to 45. He did have that header over the top, but impressive in the second half. He's got an assist as well for that equalising goal. He's going to get better and better.
Yeah.
Alexander Isak.
For me, that's his best game that I've seen from a technical point of view, at least, and that's probably because he's a fitter player now. But I've been impressed with Isak today. He's played very well, in my opinion.
Gittins is going to come on for Alejandro Garnacho. João Pedro replaced by Estevao. And Mark Guihi is also on. So, you see how that's going to affect the Chelsea shape. Estevao, we haven't seen that much of, but he looks a really good player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Opened up the season very, very well. He's taken Pedro Neto's position. Gittins has moved to the left. And Chelsea go back to the goalkeeper. It's one each. We've had 74.5 minutes of play. Total Sport Merseyside. Get your calls into the football phone in with Phil Munns. 0800 731 9333. You can text 81333, put the word Mersey before your message, or you can WhatsApp us 08000 321 333. Again, put the word Mersey before your message. Phil Munns in the studio to take your calls. Chelsea with Romeo Lavia midway inside the Liverpool half. Estevao on the right hand side with the ball on his left foot. The way all the wingers seem to be inverted these days, don't they? Estevao receives the ball again. In comes the cross. It's headed down, and Andy Robertson can't control the ball as he wanted to just get a touch and then clear, but then he ran off his outstretched left boot, and it's gone behind for a Chelsea corner.
Yeah, just a bit of a lack of concentration there. He could have just hooked it away there, but no, he's still got the impetus.
Chelsea take the corner quickly. Caicedo, Gusto, and now Estevao again inside the penalty area. Chips it in. It's blocked by Andy Robertson. It's going to go behind for another corner. Chelsea still looking threatening as they did in the first half, but now so are Liverpool, as they didn't in the first half. Estevao back for Gusto. Cucurella back out to the right touchline. Caicedo, chance to cross right footed. Instead it's a ball inside from Estevao that's cleared to Verd, who gets away gives possession away, and infield it comes, and Esteval, was he fouled? No, says the referee. Liverpool break, but an untidy passage of players. Both teams give away possession rather cheaply. Ends up with Enzo Fernandez getting Chelsea going again out on that left touch line, and eventually back with Gusto and Reece James. Out it comes to Esteval. Good challenge from Andy Robertson. Gets possession from Esteval, and then races forward, gets across towards the far post for Mo Salah. Salah's going to race out towards the touchline to try and retrieve it, and wins a throw-in. Force Mark Cucurella to clear into the stand. Mark Walters.
Yeah, good play there, good passage of play there, and great for Salah to get something out of it, which is a throw-in, which to keep the momentum on. And now we just need to turn that screw and make sure we can create some chances for all this pressure we're having.
Liverpool in possession. Coming up to the 78-minute mark. Andy Robertson cheered by the travelling Liverpool fans as Gravenberch surges forward.
Just
might have broke there with a bit more fortune for Florian Wirtz on the edge of the box, but in the end Chelsea just did enough to get it clear, and then Szoboszlai hammers the ball. Well, I thought all Szoboszlai did was to clear the ball against Cucurella.
Exactly.
What in God's name is...
That's absolutely...
What on earth is the referee Anthony Taylor just doing that? Because all he was trying to do in that situation surely was to hammer the ball against it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's the worst decision I've seen all season.
That's what it looked like. Gusto had possession, worked the ball in field. Szoboszlai got away from his man, and then just cleared the ball against Cucurella.
He got there first.
Two players very, very close together. The ball's in between them. They're both trying to get it, so very strange decision.
Yeah, he's
Dominic Szoboszlai is ridiculously unlucky to be booked for that.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't cost him his position on the field, because obviously he's on a booking now, so it's a strange decision from the referee. Absolutely ridiculous.
We're moving towards the last 10 minutes, and it's 1-1. It's up for the win in this one. Andy Robertson clears inside the Liverpool half, only as far as Lavia. Right-footed ball to the left-hand side. Chelsea with Gittins down towards the dead ball line. Inks across. And Chelsea, well, they got something on it, but didn't get enough, and it just squirted behind.
Yeah,
did it come off Gahey?
To be fair, I think
it's come off a Liverpool player.
As a Chelsea player, I would be very unhappy with that.
Gone behind for a corner. Chelsea build again from this corner, and it's Esteval. Back it goes to Caicedo, down towards the dead ball line. Still has possession. Good challenge for Liverpool there from Hugo Ekitike, and he does really well racing out towards the touchline to win a throw-in for the Reds as he took up a defensive position. Let's see what he can produce at the top end of the field.
Yeah, good defending there.
Forward
great
ball.
Touch as well.
Nice throw, touched on by Ekitike for Cody Gakpo, racing down the left-hand side. He's going to break inside the penalty area now. On his right foot, Gakpo tees it up. Shot there from Szoboszlai's block. Might break for Florian Wirtz. Tucks it back, and it's cleared. And Chelsea get out of harm's way. And Liverpool looking for what hopefully could prove to be a winning goal. They're in possession now. Florian Wirtz, a real shame that he gave away possession there, but he's in possession now, and he does well this time to find a teammate. Ekitike, Wirtz, Gakpo inside the penalty area, left-hand side. Rolls it back. Florian Wirtz wanted too much time there.
Just couldn't
the
control
ball
it.
ran away from him, but Liverpool, slight challenge from McAllister, desperate to win it, and that's exactly what he did for Liverpool. Rolls the ball back, and this time it's Gravenberch in possession. Liverpool work it to their left-hand side for Robertson, linking up there with Cody Gakpo. Gakpo with the ball at his right foot, goes beyond Gusto brought him down, did he? No, play on, says the referee. Well, Arne Slot cannot believe that. And
Yes, absolutely.
the Liverpool manager is remonstrating with the referee,
Yeah,
and he's going to get a yellow card as well. Well, I have to say he has a point, because that really did look as though it was a Liverpool free kick. But
Anthony Taylor, I think his name is, having a poor game, really poor game. He's not up on play, and he's just not reading the game, I think.
both managers have been booked. Both teams can't be separated as it stands. It's one each at Stamford Bridge. Esteval, the ball infield towards Endo Fernandez. Can't pick up possession.
Unlucky there.
Liverpool now have got to maintain their shape and defensive discipline. Chelsea are doing the defending at the moment, but they've worked the ball forward down the left-hand side. Gittins in towards the edge of the penalty, shoots. That's a terrific diving save to his left-hand side from Mamardashvili. The ball's retrieved by Esteval. Shoots. Oh, that's a lovely save again, this time diving to his right to palm it behind. Well, in the space of 30 seconds, Mamardashvili's earned his corner.
Robertson cannot allow him to get into the box and needs to close him out outside the box. Once he's in the box, he can't really touch him. Needs to get closer to the winger.
Corner for Chelsea. 83.5 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. 0800 731 9333, the number to call on the fan phone in. On Total Sports Saturday with Phil Munns. In comes the corner. Keeper gets something on it, not much, but enough to get it out of the danger zone. Malo Gusto thought about wrapping his right foot around it to get the cross in, but Chelsea go back to try and build something a bit more worthwhile through Reece James and then Caicedo. Gusto right hand side. Forward it comes to Esteval inside the penalty area on his left foot. Esteval works it out towards Malo Gusto, but the flag was up for offside. Liverpool kept that defensive line rigid and straight, and Szoboszlai not impressed with Esteval slowing down Liverpool's attempts to take the goal kick, but this one, take the free kick rather, this one's still there for the winning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit more even at the moment. Liverpool's still got the momentum, but haven't been able to create any chances in the last few games.
The ball's given away there to Esteval inside the penalty. It's Gueye. Good save by the goalkeeper, coming out to pounce on the ball before the Chelsea striker could get it under his control. Robertson's forward ball out towards the left hand side for Gakpo. Robertson never continued his run, or never really looked about where it was going to go, but he's retrieved the situation down by the dead ball line. Gakpo gets to cross him,
just couldn't fit it to the far post.
Wataru Endo's going to come on as Liverpool. It's becoming a bit too end to end, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's almost as if it's next goal the winner, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really a bit basketball type game where everybody's going hell for leather to get a point, but
Endo is going to come on to replace Alexis McAllister, who's fitness-wise at least had a bit more energy in the tank to see almost the whole of the game out. But we've got less than 4 minutes remaining, plus whatever's to be added on. I think there will be a fair bit to be added on, maybe 5 minutes plus.
Easy 5 minutes.
All the substitutions and stoppages and bits and pieces as Mamardashvili prepares to clear, left-footed, long downfield. Ekitike rises. No Liverpool or Chelsea player got their head to it, but Liverpool win it back on halfway with Curtis Jones. Van Dijk thought about a ball forward under pressure from Guehi. Back to the goalkeeper. It goes instead forward to Mo Salah. There's a judge to have fouled Cucurella.
For me, he just
didn't look to be much in that.
He just held his space. He just held his space, but it's been one of them days for the referees. He's not giving the away team anything at the minute.
Free kick for Chelsea. And they're in possession now. The ball is hit long downfield there from Reece James towards Esteval. Liverpool win it with Cody Gakpo. Curtis Jones for Liverpool. Wataru Endo gets a first touch, and the pass for Curtis Jones is overhit, gone out of play, and that's going to be a Chelsea throw-in. Reece James receives it from Malo Gusto. Gusto infield to...
It's funny that Endo didn't touch the ball there, just see on the monitor there, that's why he wasn't happy.
Chelsea come away with possession inside the penalty area now.
Great
Danger
play.
for Liverpool,
Great
but
play.
fantastic work there from Dominic Szoboszlai
Absolutely.
to stop Chelsea's Jamie Gittins getting into a prominent position to have a crack at goal, but Chelsea get a throw in and Gittins is inside the box now. His cross is blocked and loops up into the skies, and Chelsea just about managed to win it back, and it's all hands to the pump for Liverpool defensively. Guehi gets a touch, waits for Caicedo to shoot, tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper. I think maybe it was just going over, but Ahmedashvili's not taking any chances with that. Of course he isn't. No, it wasn't going over, that was going in. Good save, the keeper has had a really good game anyway, but 3 saves in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, keeper's been fantastic, which bodes well for
Alisson would have been proud of those saves. Corner for Chelsea that. On the right hand side, hitting towards the near post, that's cleared by Ugo Ekitike. It's going to be retrieved there by Esteval, pulls it back to Reece James, headed goalwards, but no real problem there.
Yeah, cherries for the goalie there.
Yeah, no real problem as the header was plucked out of the sky from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Liverpool break. Salah tees up, Szoboszlai shoots, just wide. Well, Robert Sanchez was just getting slowly across the goal and he was struggling. Szoboszlai is such a good player for Liverpool in so many positions.
Szoboszlai's energy to get up there, and he's unbelievable.
Well, we're going to find out what's to be added on because we're moving towards the 90-minute mark. Forward ball towards Esteval. The keeper comes out and gathers it. Esteval wasn't that far away from him.
For me,
Esteval was too close to him and he tried to throw it out.
That's a booking surely, but no, referee plays on as usual.
And I think that's exactly what Arne Slot is telling the fourth official. Long ball forward, almost broke for Ekitike. 7 minutes to add on. And we're into the 7 now.
Well, there's plenty of time for either side to get a good attack, and hopefully Liverpool can get a strike on goal.
Chelsea in possession now. Malo Gusto receives the ball out on the right hand side from the pass from Gittins. Back they go to halfway. Moises Caicedo. Lavia. Left-footed ball to the right-hand side for Esteval, who's running at Robertson, edge of the penalty area. Gets the cross in, headed goalwards. Well, and headed wide. Well, that was a real chance for Chelsea.
I'm not even sure how he missed that, but did he come off the post? I don't know, but
Enzo's header, I don't know whether it just hit the frame of the goal or difficult to tell from this position low down as the cross came in, or was it just wide? And
I think it scraped the post, sorry.
I think it just hit the outside of the post and against the advertising hoardings. That's why it came back so quickly. He's very good with those deep late runs into the box, Fernandes. Long ball forward downfield for Liverpool for Cody Gakpo, whose goal level things up for Liverpool. We've had 90 seconds of the 7 to be added on. Both teams going for the jugular. Enzo Fernandez with the forward ball. So nobody in particular in a blue shirt, so that's retrieved inside the penalty area for Liverpool by the goalkeeper, Georgi Mamardashvili.
I think Isaac wasn't happy about Gakpo getting pushed in the back there.
Yeah, it's been a game with lots of little
niggly fouls,
and bits of,
and the referee obviously
bits of ag here and there,
seeing it another way, but Liverpool just need to keep pressing, keep turning that screw, and I'm sure a chance will come.
Curtis Jones finds Gravenberch. Van Dijk inside the Chelsea half for Gakpo. Skips away from the challenge of Esteval. Esteval gets back in to win possession, and the forward ball for Enzo Fernandez, thankfully for Liverpool, is overhit and comfortably collected by Georgi Mamardashvili in the Liverpool goal. But Liverpool want to be quick in getting things started again. We've had almost 3 minutes of the 7, 1 each at Stamford Bridge. Cody Gakpo's equaliser after the goal after 14 minutes from Moises Caicedo. Liverpool attack from the left-hand side. Cody Gakpo trying to thread it through there inside the penalty area, inside left channel for Andy Robertson, but Chelsea had enough men back to deal with it. The ball wasn't accurate enough, but Liverpool come again. Curtis Jones runs in field. Support offered by Wataru Endo. Then Dominic Szoboszlai to the right-hand side for Salah. Salah's ball is a good one. Stummied, might break for Curtis Jones. Shoots off over the bar. He got right underneath it.
Got it, the target there. When you're going in that angle, even if it comes off the goalkeeper, you could maybe parry it into the centre of the goal, but to miss the target there is criminal.
And it was a lovely touch onto him as well from Ekitike.
Yeah, he's got it to target.
Curtis Jones
has to hit the target.
Over the top.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that because he's come on and he's brightened things up, Curtis, so he'll be disappointed with that.
Long ball forward. Certainly been a game that hasn't been short on excitement. Frustration from the Chelsea ranks and all of their supporters for Liverpool winning a free kick deep inside their own half. Less than 3 minutes remain of the 7. Liverpool in possession. Ekitike challenged there by Reece James, but Ekitike races to the left touchline to pick up possession. Full ball for Robertson. In came the challenge, but Robertson not able to get the cross in as Caicedo came across to try and block it and made the movement towards the ball without touching it, so behind for a goal kick. It still wouldn't surprise you in the last couple of minutes if we had a winner, would it?
No, there's definitely going to be a chance. I'm just hoping it's a Liverpool one.
Lavia finds Caicedo out to Gittins on the left. Chelsea have got plenty of blue shirts in and around the penalty area. Enzo Fernandez, whose header hit the outside of the post briefly. Cucurella with the cross, a chance. Oh, Chelsea have won it at the Delta Esteval. Can you believe it? After 1 in the last minute of the game at Selhurst Park, Liverpool have been done again in added time, right at the death. The low cross to the far post, turned in by Esteval, as Chelsea looked threatening so often on so many occasions with those moves down the left-hand side, and the cross came in. Gittins prominent in the move down that left-hand side, across the 6-yard box, and turned in by the last man at the far post. That was Esteval, the substitute. Chelsea lead Liverpool by 2 goals to 1. What a cruel, cruel blow that is.
Yeah, absolutely. On that back post where that position of maximum opportunity, he's hung on there. He's got the other side of Robbo, and unfortunately he's had to he's put it into the empty net, if you like, as the goalkeeper's on the other side.
Enzo Maresca's been shown a red card now, and now he's signalling for the Chelsea fans to get behind their team. They've been doing that. He can be a bit of a nuisance on the line, can't he? Yeah, listen, all the managers can, but he's ridiculously over-animated. Cucurella it was with the cross. Delivered in
Yeah, he's
at the far post.
I'm not sure if he's offside, but I'm sure the way things have gone today, he won't be. So, yeah, disappointing.
Long ball forward from Liverpool. Well, the 7 minutes are almost up. There's a bit of malarkey over there on the edge of the penalty area as Liverpool.
Yeah, I think he blocked the Liverpool players he ran on, and he's not happy about it. But just disappointing to concede so late in the game. Just hoping that Liverpool lads keep their heads and don't get booked or sent off. It's a long season.
Well, this looks as though it's going to be the third defeat in a week, and their performance in the second half has been the best that they've come up with in one half this week, I think.
Yeah.
And it got them back into the game, it got them close to winning the game, and they've ended up losing it. Or they've almost lost it, unless the referee's going to add more time than we think. The 7 minutes are up. Liverpool have got a throw in. Wirtz volleys it downfield, headed skywards, and Chelsea try and build out towards the left-hand side with Enzo Fernandez. Challenged by Szoboszlai. Fernandez and Szoboszlai in a bit of a tangle and a tussle as the referee blows the final whistle. Well, some of the Chelsea players on their knees and saying their prayers, and Estevao's on his back, and he can't believe the impact he's made coming off the bench. Well, Liverpool, in all honesty, weren't that good in the first half, but they were very, very good in the second half, considering the way the pattern of play had progressed in the first. They got themselves back into the game with that equaliser from Cody Gakpo from close range after the link up with Szoboszlai and Salah down the right-hand side. In came the cross, touched on there by Alexander Isak and crashed into the roof of the net from close range by Gakpo. This after Chelsea had gone in front with Moises Caicedo's long-range effort, 22 yards out, right-footed into the top corner. I think that Liverpool goalkeeper Mamardashvili may have got a touch on it, but Chelsea, it was nip and tuck in the second half. Chelsea had their moments, so too did Liverpool. I thought Liverpool had done enough at the very least to get a point. That's the least that they deserved, and they had their moments in the second half. Salah went close early on, and Salah also went close with two efforts that he got completely wrong, and there were other moments of anxiety for the Chelsea defence as the referee comes off the field. He's got a couple of security advisors around him. I don't think he's got the best control of this match today, the referee Anthony Taylor, but I think that Mamardashvili's coming off after making 3 or 4 splendid saves. It's been a proper contest, and the second half, as I say, was nip and tuck. Liverpool, even at their most impressive, were still too open defensively, and Chelsea was still finding it easier to break forward. But final score, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1. And Mark Walters, it's a tough one to take.
Yeah, it is a tough one. Second time in a week they've conceded in the last minute. Absolutely distraught for Robbo. I think he may have injured himself before that incident for the goal, because he's limping up as we speak. But Liverpool can be absolutely devastated. The fact that, for me, they deserved at least a draw, and their second half performance warranted that. But the last couple of games is what's happened to us is we've been doing it to the other teams in the previous 5 games. So maybe, as they say, during the season things balance out. Hopefully we've had the bad luck that we've had is happened, or the last thing today, because I don't think the referee gave us what we deserved either. So it's been it's a bad day at office because we've lost all 3 points, but at least for me it was a big improvement in the performance at least. So going forward, I'm pleased with that at least anyway.
But the bottom line is, from a Liverpool point of view, they've lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
It's the first time they've lost 2 consecutive games in the league under Arne Slot. And listen, everybody's going to be talking about this, and is this the end of Liverpool will come out of this, and of course they will, but there are problems for the manager to solve.
Oh, without doubt. As you say, maybe they should have, once they got equaliser, some might say they should have shut up shop and not been so open, but that's not the way Liverpool play. And the way the momentum was going anyway, I thought we were doing enough to maybe get another chance and maybe get another goal. So Chelsea were tiring, but unfortunately that little bit of luck you need, we just didn't get it. And Chelsea had it, the guy on the back post, I don't know if it was because Robbo's injury, but he seemed to get a yard on Robbo and just had to tap the ball into an empty net. So fair play to Chelsea, they kept sticking in and they've obviously got the 3 points.
Esteval, the match winner, is the last player coming off the field. Yeah, lots of people will say it would be a good advert for football in terms of the nature of the game from one end to the other. Excitement aplenty, but that's one thing Liverpool have got to solve. I thought they were much better in the second half, but still Chelsea got into advanced positions far too often, and those crosses from the left-hand side down towards the byline and thereabouts were causing problems. None of them converted until the last knock into the game, and the far post Esteval creeps up to knock it in. But and now we've got the international break, so maybe this is the time at least that the manager would like to regroup with the players when he's still got them. Yeah. But now they're all going to be going off.
Exactly.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they're all going off. So it's not a good time to lose your third game in a row. But as I said, maybe needed to shut up shop. Once we got to the 1-1, I don't know, maybe defensive people would say that. As an attacking player myself, I'm glad that Liverpool went for that winner, but obviously it's turned to burn them in the end. But there's some good performances. I did enjoy Hugo's etiquette coming on as well. He played well coming on. Isak played well while he was on, but obviously it's about results, and obviously we've not got a good result today.
Yeah, and there's a huge sense of irony, as we mentioned in commentary, about Liverpool, who remain in a really good position. They've lost their leadership at the top, of course, because Arsenal won. They're 16 points from 7 matches. Liverpool 15 points from 7 matches. Arsenal with a vastly superior goal difference. But you know what? The late winner, it happened at Selhurst Park, it's happened here. We know Liverpool can do a lot better. It's just about the new signings bedding in, and it's just about them having a bit more defensive resolve about not just their defenders, but they're too easy to get at now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as I said, maybe that balance in midfield again still wasn't 100%. Chelsea's 3-5 or 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, whatever it was maybe a little bit too much, particularly in the first half. Couldn't get any penetration there, but yes, disappointing a bit at the result, but at least there was an improvement in the performance. A couple of good individual performances as well, I thought. The goalkeeper done well in coming in so late as well. He done well. Slobberslide was fantastic again. His energy was unbelievable, but obviously just to lose in such a late fashion is going to be disappointing.
Disappointment all round from Liverpool's point of view. Get your calls into Phil Munns in the studio in Liverpool City Centre, 0800 731 93. You can text 81333, put the word Mersey before your message, and put the word Mersey before your message if you're getting in touch via WhatsApp, 0800 321 08000 321 333. It's a sad scoreline from Stamford Bridge, and a good night from Mark Walters and Mike Hughes with the final score of Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1.
Total Sport.
First for football.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Well, what do you make of that, Liverpool fans? Late heartbreak for the second week running in the Premier League. It's 3 defeats in a row now. A lot of talk about how performances weren't quite there, but results were. Now the results are not there. What do you think, Liverpool fans? What went wrong today? What's going wrong at the moment? Is there a need to be worried here? We've got some messages coming in. This one from Leighton from Rill. Lads, this was shocking again. Chelsea had half a team missing and and played us off the park. Slot must be under pressure now. He spent £500 million, made us worse, and giving 2 ageing players massive contracts. Let's be honest, we should not have won a single game this season, says Leighton from Rill. If you want to get involved on the fan phone-in, we're live from Liverpool till 8 o'clock tonight. Give us a call right now, 0800 731 9333, or you can send us in your messages still, 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Start your message with the word Mersey. Text 81333, put Mersey at the start of that as well.
Chelsea in possession. Towards Malo Gusto. Caicedo shoots. That is an incredible right foot strike from Moises Caicedo after the link-up with Malo Gusto in towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Right foot he hit in, and it fairly flew into the top corner with Mamardashvili diving helplessly to his right-hand side. Chelsea have just been finding it a little bit too easy to get in and around the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, and it opened up far too easily for Gusto and for Caicedo, and Caicedo's hammered in an absolutely wonder strike. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0, and Salah's in possession now. Down towards Szoboszlai, gets the cross in. Inside the penalty area, It's crashed home into the roof of the net by Cody Gakpo, and Liverpool are back on level terms. And it was that flowing move down the right-hand side, Szoboszlai linking up with Salah. In came the cross, and in the end, it broke for Cody Gakpo to lash it in from 8 yards out. He's formidable in those sort of positions, and he hasn't had the best of starts to the season, but often a danger man, sorts some vital goals last season, and he's got another one this time. In came the cross, helped on there, and then just lashed in by Cody Gakpo. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. Lavia finds Caicedo out to Gittins on the left. Chelsea have got plenty of blue shirts in and around the penalty area. Enzo Fernandez, whose header hit the outside of the post briefly. Cucurella with the cross, a chance. Oh, Chelsea have won it at the Derby Estaval. Can you believe it? After one in the last minute of the game at Selhurst Park, Liverpool have been done again in added time, right at the death. The low cross to the far post, turned in by Estaval, as Chelsea looked threatening so often on so many occasions with those moves down the left-hand side, and the cross came in. Gittins prominent in the move down that left-hand side, across the 6-yard box, and turned in by the last man at the far post. It was Estaval, the substitute. Chelsea lead Liverpool by 2-1. What a cruel, cruel blow that is.
The Total Sport fan phone in. Liverpool fans, call us now. 0800 731 9333.
BBC Radio Merseyside.
Yes, a tough one to take, that last-minute heartbreak when it seemed as though a hard-earned point was coming Liverpool's way. Did Liverpool deserve that point, or did they get what they deserved in the end? Liverpool fans, let me know tonight. You can get your calls in now. Still time to have a chat between now and 8 o'clock. 0800 731 9333 is the number to call, or you can send me a WhatsApp message on 08000 321 333. Start your message with the word Mersey. The text number 81333, put Mersey at the start of that as well, or on email it is phil.munns@bbc.co.uk. 3 defeats in a row. How concerned are you? Why was it another defeat yet again today? Arne Slot going back to his favoured midfield 3 from last season, only lasted 45 minutes before a change was made there. So Szoboszlai back to right back. Does Arne Slot know his best team at the moment? Let me know, Liverpool fans. 0800 731 9333. We'll be getting to your calls very soon indeed. First though, let's get some post-match reaction from earlier on today. Dramatic 3-3 draw it was for Tranmere Rovers away at Bromley. They managed to get themselves back from behind twice, 1-0 to 1-1, then 3-1 to 3-3. Bromley had a man sent off as well in the second half. Let's hear from one of the Tranmere goal scorers, Cameron Norman, speaking to BBC Radio Merseyside's Derek Jones.
Well, Cam, your first goal of the season, and that got a draw for you today in a very, very strange affair.
Yeah, always happy to get on the score sheet. I want to get on it a few more times before the season's out. Definitely a few more assists as well. But yeah, no, I'm happy with that today. A game I thought we could have won in the end. Had a lot of moments and part of the game, but listen, it was a tough game, always is here, so yeah, relatively happy with that today.
Yeah, just talking to Andy about it as well, and a lot of strange decisions going on out there. I won't get you to comment on those particularly, but in those sort of circumstances, how important is it just to try and keep cool and to concentrate on what you can do?
Yeah, absolutely. We come in at half time and we just said, it's going to be about our second half. The conditions played a part in the game today, but they're no excuse. Same for both sides. Like I said, we had to roll our sleeves up here today. It's a really tough place to come. I think the boys showed a lot of character, especially to at one point be 3-1 down and you're kind of looking around and thinking, how have we got in this position, to come back 3-3 and probably have the last chance of the game. But look, a lot of character, need to be better in many moments, but there's stuff for us to work on, and we build on last weekend sort of clean sheet and a point, and a point and a tough place to go this weekend.
A lot of injuries around the squad, and another one today with Jordan going off, and you had to switch and play in that back three. Comfortable there?
Yeah, it's the cliche of if I'm on the pitch I'll play anywhere sort of thing. The gaffer knows that. I have to play anywhere, have to help the side. So yeah, it's hopefully we've not lost Bully, and hopefully we get some of the boys back as soon as possible. So we we've got a really strong squad when we're all available. So we hope we get in that position sooner rather than later. But yeah, happy to play anywhere and happy to contribute.
And that's quite difficult as well. We are still quite early in the season, aren't we? And a lot of new players coming in and getting used to each other. And when you're being disrupted by injuries as well, that doesn't help. Exactly.
Like I said, we've got a lot of new players, a lot of new, really good players, players that can be really strong at this level. And I think it's, building on relationships. You want to have that consistency in the team and, the person you're playing with. But, at the moment, we're in the position we are. The boys have got to show the character, which we did today. And if we can show that and we get the boys back and we become a strong squad and we get the momentum alongside us, it can be a really good squad, and hopefully we can have a really good season.
Yeah, 10 games in, and I know you've still got a game in hand with the Accrington game later this month as well. Probably should be in a better position because of the late goals you've conceded in games. You could be higher up the table, but you've got to keep on moving on.
Exactly. We've been disappointed with some of the goals we conceded, and the amount of goals we conceded in the sort of last few games. We put a stop to that last weekend. Bit of a crazy game today. A lot of different factors maybe have played against us, but we've got a point. And we're at home next weekend, and listen, we want to start turning up better results, start putting some serious form together. But it's 2 games unbeaten, 2 tough games, and look, we look to get all 3 next weekend.
Yeah, it's a point for Tranmere, a 3-3 draw at Bromley earlier on today. Some more message from Liverpool fans and neutral fans actually coming in to us here. If you want to send us in a WhatsApp, it's 08000 321 333. Would love to hear your thoughts tonight. Reds, what's going wrong at the moment and how does it get put right? Because it seemed as though things were going to improve with all the money that was spent. Not quite that so far, is it? We've got a message in here which says, evening all, as a neutral for me, Liverpool gave away the ball far too often and too many poor passes. That's Brian from Rutland getting involved there. And we've got Steve in St Helens says, very disappointing result for the Reds again. It's as if the team switches off towards the end of 90 minutes. Serious problems in defence for Slot to address. And Ibrahima Konate perhaps picked up an injury because he went off in the second half and went straight down the tunnel. I'm sure we'll hear in the post-match some questions to Arne Slot about that. But what about the performance, Liverpool fans? Give us a call right now, 0800 731 9333. That's what Darren's done. Darren's a Red in Egbert. Darren, what's going on at the moment?
I think what we have to realise is that whilst we put these people on a pedestal, they are human. And what I mean by that is on the day, sadly, that Diego Jota passed away, my brother and me went to Anfield. And when I was there and I saw people that had drove from Edinburgh and London and Cornwall, I realised that this season, the upcoming one, was going to be different. It was going to be unusual. And whilst I want Liverpool to be successful and I want them to win games, I also would like the support to realise that these players are going through something in a very public forum in which that the pressures and responsibilities of winning are placed on them and being champions of England, but then they're still in their own way grieving for the colleague. So you are going to maybe see a malaise in how they play individually and then see it as a collective. And then the other point I'd like to bring is something that everyone can relate to. We have all worked with a colleague that for whatever reason has wanted to leave, and that causes a toxicity, that causes people to feel uncomfortable, and that causes standards to drop. And from the moment rumours came out about Ibrahim Konate being linked with Real Madrid, then it seems that it is got worse and worse from a defensive point of view, and it's got that bad that it seems Virgil van Dijk is not only doing his job, but he's trying to now cover for Konate and his errors, which is then making Van Dijk look bad. So what I think the manager needs to do is, obviously he might have already addressed it from the psychological perspective of what's going on with Jota, and hopefully they're getting support with that, but to have an honest conversation with Konate and to say, is your mind here or is it in the Bernabeu? And if it is in the Bernabeu, go on garden and leave. We will talk to Xabi Alonso, get something sorted in January, you're gone. And in that way, the players that are there can then focus on the job, which is already difficult through the Jota stuff, and we can move on. But ironically, I was by Lime Street a few days ago, and Ibrahim Konate is part of a media campaign for a sportswear brand, and there's a photo of him, and the tagline is "Be the Problem," and you couldn't get as ironic and as synchronistic as that with how he's playing at the moment.
Yeah, I want to talk about your points one by one, actually, Darren. The first one you made about the players mourning the death of Diogo Jota. Do you feel like that has been, because you're right, that is a huge tragedy that has been that's taken place, and Liverpool are teammates. They've not just lost their teammates, they've lost a friend in such tragic circumstances. And obviously there were the very visual tributes at the start of the season, and I know Liverpool fans chant his name and his chant in the 20th minute of every game as well. But do you think that the rest of the world maybe has forgotten about what happened or moved on from what happened, whereas it's just not going to be that simple for the Liverpool players, for Diogo Jota's friends?
Well, what it is, we're all in a very demanding world personally, and then with like the internet and social media and having this avalanche of information, we can forget stuff, and we can sometimes, even I make the error of things that happened a few months ago, we think happened maybe 8 months previous, and you're reminded that that was only 12 weeks earlier. So because it's such a demanding, pressurised, I guess, way of life these days, yeah, I think you are correct with that. I think people have sort of just gone, right, move on, next thing. And ultimately, you can't really have that. It's a human being. It's someone you've worked with. It's someone that you've had good times with, especially on a bus, celebrating, going round the city, having them fantastic trophy parades that he experienced. So I just would like Liverpool supporters, because we are a passionate bunch, this is a passionate city and a passionate Merseyside, just to realise that and give them more slack than you would on average in terms of losing 3 on the bounce. And I just hope the manager can get the support. There's good people around him. Dalglish, he was on Sky recently talking with Neville and Carragher about what he's been through as a manager and as a player with the club. So hopefully there's people there that can support Arne Slot.
Yeah.
But the main thing is to address this Konate thing and just ask him, because we're in an era now.
Do you think do you think Konate wants out and that's the reason why his form's tailed off?
Well, I think some people are very, professional. So, this might sound strange coming from a Liverpool fan, but I remember Leon Osman was in the final year of his contract with Everton, and the club were 50-50 about what they were going to give him. Leon Osman that season was the best midfielder in England, and he got into the England squad and Everton gave him the contract because I think Leon Osman must have looked at it as a challenge to say, right, I'm going to show Bill Kenwright, I'm going to show the board.
And look at Salah last year, one of his probably two best seasons in a Liverpool shirt, and his contract was running out.
Exactly. So people are different. People have got different motivations. So some people can look at that as a bit of a challenge, and they want to show the owner that they are worth so much a week, so much a year. But other people are more maybe emotional, maybe more sensitive, and they need that arm round the shoulder and that reassurance. So I can see that in Konate. I can see that in him as a human being. You see, I see it when I watch the Liverpool players on YouTube and how they interact behind the scenes, and he does come across as a very warm person, but a very sensitive maybe individual, whereas the likes of Van Dijk and Robinson, they may be a bit more stronger internally, but we're all different, and that's part of it. And then player power has been the main thing. This has been the year of player power, where players are now putting their demands on clubs, whereas before they would be a bit more submissive, maybe is the word, towards the demand of clubs and contracts. So maybe this is where Konate is. Maybe he's being a bit, I don't want to say petulant, but maybe he's just being a bit disturbed by all of this. But the club, because a centre-half is such a critical part of a team, and it's part of Liverpool's identity. The centre-half is an iconic part of our identity. It has to be addressed.
But if it's a problem, definitely needs to be addressed, Darren. I see what you're saying, but what's happening with Liverpool at the moment? 3 defeats on the bounce. The performances haven't quite been right, even when the wins were coming in early this season. That seems like it's more than just a problem at centre-back with Konate. There are other things going on here. What else is going wrong, Darren?
I just think what the manager needs to do sometimes is when there's moments of crisis, you just revert to back to basics. So you either do I know people might say 4-4-2 in modern football, but maybe just revert to a 4-4-2 and you play on the counter and you say, right, we're not getting beat today, or we're not conceding anything today. And from getting back to basics and the reset of that internally and mentally into the players, then you can have your fancy football, then you can have your Florent Wirtz and all of these things. I would love to see Ekitike and Isaac up front. They could be the new Andy Cole and Dwight York. I think they've got that type of chemistry potentially, but it has to be explored. But I think if they could do maybe a 4-4-2, go a bit solid, be a bit more defensive, and just have 5 to 8 games of that and have that mindset, be hard to beat, don't concede, then you can build from it.
Yeah. Okay, Darren, we're going to leave it there for now, Darren, but thanks very much for your call.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Cheers. Darren there, who's a Red in Egbert. Get your messages in, 08000 321 333. What do you think? Ekitike and Isaac together, being a bit more defensively solid, doesn't sound too Liverpool, does it? What do you think, Reds? Let me know tonight, 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp. Start your message with the word Mersey. Let's hear what Arne Slot made of that, shall we? Here he is speaking after the game to Match of the Day.
Arne, obviously very disappointing last couple of minutes, as it was at Selhurst Park last week. You've made a habit of scoring late goals, and now it's going the other way.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I would have said if you would have asked me that question. So if you play at Stamford Bridge and you can create as much chances as we did today, that is something positive we take again, similar to last week against Palace. But again, We conceded in both games 2 goals. In the first half, the only chance they had, if you can call that a chance, a shot from 20 yards, great finish, maybe we should compliment him, led to a goal, and we created 3, but unfortunately couldn't score.
You ended up with a back four of Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Van Dijk and Robertson, which is, an unusual back four for Liverpool. I'm assuming Konate was an injury, was he?
Not 100% sure if he's injured, but he felt his quad. And if a player feels his quad when he's running, then alarm bells go off for me. If the game would have gone on like this, I would have taken him off later on in the game as well, because I think we needed Ryan in that position, because that position had a lot of ball possession. But the main reason was that he felt his quad, so then both things fell together with me putting Ryan in that position, because we were 1-0 down, because that player had so much ball possession. And I think that worked out quite well with us being very dominant in that part of the game.
It felt, as the game went on, the last 20 minutes or so got very open. It felt like there was always likely to be another goal. Just wasn't too sure which way it was going to go. It became very end-to-end, didn't it?
Yeah. I think after we scored the 1-1, it went our way. I think I was waiting for us to score the second. We came a few times very close. Decision making in the end could have been much better. But I agree with you, last 10-15 minutes was end-to-end. I think just before they scored, we arrived in their 18-yard box in a similar way with Robertson, which couldn't completely control the ball, otherwise he maybe could have squared it. So it, again, fine margins, like it's been for us almost as long as I'm here. And unfortunately, last week and this week, with 2 difficult away games, the fine margins are not in our favour at the moment.
My last question was going to be sort of similar to that. Some of the games you've won this season, you easily might not have won, and these games that you've lost, you easily might not have lost.
Yeah, the ones we've won, I don't think we can say we could easily have lost that one. Against Burnley, we created much more than them. They even hardly had a shot on target, and the other games.
You might not have won. I'm not saying you were going to lose them, but you might not have won them all.
Close margins like last season, and that's the same for the last 2 games we've played. I think in both games we've created more chances, goal scoring opportunities than the teams we faced with Palace and Chelsea. But the truth is that we've only scored in both games 1 time, and our opponent scored in both games twice.
On a slot there, speaking after the defeat to Chelsea, Ian in Anfield on WhatsApp says, I think Chelsea deserved to win due to the power of their supporters. Liverpool played well intermittently despite players who cost tens of millions of pounds not being in top form. If a player costs over 10 million or more, they should be super fit and ready to play every game at a high level. The lad going on about loss and depression in the team needs to realise that everybody loses people close to them but keeps up their job and support for their family, friends and work colleagues. Cheers, great coverage of the game. Thank you very much, Ian in Anfield. That's about all we've got time for tonight. It's defeat for Liverpool at Stamford Bridge.
Chelsea in possession. Towards Malo Gusto. Caicedo shoots. That is an incredible right foot strike from Moises Caicedo after the link up with Malo Gusto in towards the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Right foot he hit it, and it fairly flew into the top corner with Mamadashvili diving helplessly to his right hand side. Chelsea have just been finding it a little bit too easy to get in and around the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, and it opened up far too easily for Gusto and for Caicedo, and Caicedo's hammered in an absolutely wonder strike. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0, and Salah's in possession now. Down towards Szoboszlai, gets the cross in. Inside the penalty area, yes. It's crashed home into the roof of the net by Cody Gakpo, and Liverpool are back on level terms. And it was that flowing move down the right hand side, Szoboszlai linking up with Salah. In came the cross, and in the end it broke for Cody Gakpo to lash it in from 8 yards out. He's formidable in those sort of positions, and he hasn't had the best of starts to the season. But off of the danger man, some vital goals last season, and he's got another one this time. In came the cross, helped on there, and then just lashed in by Cody Gakpo. It's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. Lavia finds Caicedo out to Gittins on the left. Chelsea have got plenty of blue shirts in and around the penalty area. Enzo Fernandez, whose header hit the outside of the post. Briefly, Cucurella with the cross, a chance. Oh, Chelsea have won it at the death. It's Esteban. Can you believe it? After one in the last minute of the game at Selhurst Park, Liverpool have been done again in added time, right at the death. The low cross to the far post, turned in by Esteban, as Chelsea looked threatening so often on so many occasions with those moves down the left-hand side.